This is supposed to be the Bollywood version. What happened to the Bollywood version? This guy said it was Bollywood. That's not right. Hold on. It's supposed to be the Bollywood version. Damn it, man. Where is it? Freaking Bollywood, boy. God damn it. Ain't no damn Bollywood, boy. Ain't got no damn Bollywood. Anyway, we're just going to play some West Coast gangster shit, then. Yeah. All right. Come on. Hold on. It's not easy navigating this thing right now. A lot of crap here. There we go. Hold on, man. Hold on. There we go. What's up, everybody? You're now tuned into the late night show. You know what time it is. Yeah. Better recognize or raise up, boy. And hit that like button. It's time for another late night show. So tell your friends, tell your cousin, tell your mama, tune in and hit that like button. What up, Templar? Becky Town. Danny Green. Danny Green. Aaron Reed is free. We'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah. Jane Creed, dude. What up, Michael? That's Facts, B. Good to see you. All right, and that's about it. Yeah. Oh, Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls, the first guy in here, my man. Baby. We're going to have a special guest on in a few seconds, a few minutes, maybe. I don't know. Telling me to play some Bollywood crap. Ain't got no Bollywood crap, boy. Let me play that damn shit for nothing. Paramount Pictures is going to fucking complain and shit. They hold on to that theme song like they're balls. They don't want that song being played during a live. If it was the Bollywood version, that's a different story. But no, Jane, no, I don't want to see it. I've seen it plenty of times already. Enough in 1 week. I've seen it. I don't need to see it. And nobody should be seeing that. Oh, Danny Green. Starting off the show, calling Lee a cuck. Damn. Sorry, Lee. Thanks a lot, Lee. Well, I guess you're entitled to your opinions there, Danny. Templar agrees with you. He says you're right. You may be onto something, Templar. I don't know. Shit. Well, I guess my guest didn't grab the damn link. I'll drop it again. In the meantime, I was going to save it for later. I guess we'll get into the Karen Reed crap. She got found. Hold on. Let me read it. I don't want to misspeak. Make sure I understood it correctly. Somebody said I have a bad reading comprehension. She was acquitted of killing. Okay, she was acquitted. It wasn't a mistrial. She was acquitted. So maybe they'll leave her alone now. But I doubt they're going to go after, the real killers, supposedly the real killers. That's it. Unsolved homicide. What up, John? Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy Rambo. That has a ring to it. Yes, we do, Danny Green. Yes, we do. Fucking A, man. You ain't never lie. Shit. Yes, we do, Danny. It's going to be a hot summer. We got to survive the ghetto. There's going to be no fucking deals. No fucking deals. That was a great trial. A lot of twists and turns, and yeah, it was. You had police shenanigans, juicy text messages, and what else did you have? A lot of shit. Definitely a Lifetime movie, potentially. I don't know. Suck on this. It's gonna be no fucking deals. I'll get Jacoby and Myers to plea bargain my ass. Cost me 10 dimes. I could use 10 dimes. All right, so she was found not guilty of homicide. She was only convicted of a drunk driving charge. She got a year of probation for that. She was facing second-degree murder, manslaughter, and leaving the scene of an accident, causing death. And then when she leaves court, she's throwing up gang signs. Her and her lawyers throwing up gang signs. She don't even know what she's throwing up. I think that's GD in Chicago, and that's also Monterrey, I think, the Latin Kings. And they're throwing up gang signs. Yeah, maybe I should show you, put it on the screen. Have an interactive show here. Where the fuck is my guest, man? Playing that Bollywood bullshit now. Now I can't monetize this video. All right, hold on. Look at this. She should not be throwing up gang signs. I know that's probably like rock on, dude, whatever. She thinks she's in 1987 all over again. Come on. This fucking thing, man. What happened to 5G? What the hell is this? This is like internet from. God damn it. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. I need to see a commercial right now, right? Yeah. Get off my screen with this crap. Can't even see the news article. Thank you. Jesus. Commercialized world. You see this shit? Hold on. Let me check my channel to see if you guys are able to see this shit. All right. Yeah. Look at that. Now, if they walking around old block doing that shit, they gonna get slimed out and walk down. Somebody gonna slip and slide on their ass and walk them down. do a drill. Because they throwing up gang signs. They don't even know what they be throwing up. Guy in the background thinks he's Rocky and shit with his fists up. You know, getting strong now. You know, motherfucker. But look at this guy on the right, throwing up the GD. Or is it a more than A? I don't know. Anyway, she's as free as a bird now, whether she did it or not. Oh, great. Yeah, another commercial. Get off my screen with this crap. Nobody wants your stupid Range Rover that's going to last a friggin' year before it has fucking mechanical issues in the engine and all that shit. The worst thing you could do is buy a fucking Land Rover, Range Rover, and they're advertising that shit. If you don't get it brand new, don't do it. Think I need this cowboy bullshit. Oh, you just had a nice succulent Chinese meal? Nice. What you talking about, boy? Trump had a pole erection. What? Pause. Yeah, I saw that, Biggie Smalls. Yo, the poles looked, pause. They look crooked. 50 grand a piece and the fucking thing's wobbling and shit. Why is it wobbling? That shit better not be wobbling. That shit better be standing straight up. Pause. So what is this cheap shit? Anyway, it should have been done a long time ago. It should have been done in the 1800s when they had class and they knew how to build a fucking flagpole. You know? Pause. Uh-oh, hold on. Holy Toledo, Templar. What? Templar. What? Thank you, Templar. Holy Toledo. I appreciate that, brother. First super chat of the night. Hopefully not the last. Thank you for supporting this channel, brother. I appreciate that. My man. Shit. Now I feel better. Oh, Prelude don't like that? That's a Harlem thing, man. Pause. That's Harlem shit. You don't like it? Go fucking complain to Cameron and Mace. Go tell them you don't like it. See what they tell you. I'll be polite. You let them go ask them about it. They came up with it. I just thought it was funny. It's cringe, huh? The show's cringe to you? Prelude? Motherfucker? Motherfucker. Oh, it's corny? Oh, yeah? Cameron's a pussy? Well, he never been to jail. I don't know. All that gangster rapping? Never been to jail. Mace, too. Murder Mace. Never commit no murder. If they like it, I really don't like it. You don't like Harlem? You don't like Cameron? That's fucked up. I like his music. He's a pretty good underrated rapper, actually. Oh, here we go. I don't know, Prelude. Was it you that was sabotaging my channel, Prelude? Was that you? Did I get you? I think the sabotaging stopped after that. Was it you sabotaging my channel? Secretly hating my show? Holding resentment in while you had a wrench? Is that what I'm seeing here now, Prelude? Is that what I'm getting at? Y'all don't remember when Dipset was fire, man. 2002, 2003. You don't remember that shit. I guess they're all washed up now anyway. Happens to everybody. Anyway, where the fuck is this guy, man? Shouldn't even be having this conversation with this motherfucker, man. God damn it. Now I look like fucking Jim Jones. Pause after what now, god damn it? The fuck happened to this guy? You're supposed to grab the link. Man, I'm paranoid. Maybe other people are paranoid. They brought it to my attention. Maybe I'm being fucking sabotaged here. All right? Paranoid. I gotta be paranoid. I gotta be fucking paranoid in this fucking genre. I got haters, trolls, and other assholes sabotaging me since the very fucking beginning. Shit. Anyway, I don't know. Did this guy just play a prank on me? Say he's coming on the show and then he don't show up? What the fuck's going on? God damn it, Prelude. No. What up, Stepchild? Good to see you, brother. Who's the guest? Pizza, Angela, or Romano's couch? Make it sound like Blues Clues or some shit. Romano's couch. No, none of them. No. If I brought any of them on here, I get a lot of hate emails. People will be pissed off. They get upset. And two of them definitely ain't coming on this fucking show ever again. The one in the middle, I guess, no, maybe no. Yeah, no. But, the other two are worse than the last one, the middle one. At least the middle one's giving Angel shit. That's good. The only thing you have to worry about is Tony Pizza. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What happened to the bloodbath all over the East Coast that he was supposed to leave? He was supposed to be leaving bodies out there. Sick fuck. Guy's a nut job. Stepchild boy. Is Karen Reed the guest? I wish Karen Reed was the guest. What would I ask Karen Reed? Shit. I don't know. I would have to come up with a list of questions to ask her. Be prepared. Dateline NBC style. Pizza ran from the dog rescue guy? What are you talking about? That sounds hilarious. What are you talking about? Explain. God damn it, I think I am being sabotaged, implicit. I'm being fucking bamboozled and sabotaged. Hoodwinked. All right, well, we got into that Karen Reed bullshit. Good for her. She gets to ride off into the sunset. Maybe she knows she's guilty. I don't know. Maybe she's not guilty. She's not guilty. So I guess, whatever. Anyway, I saw this headline. I thought it was interesting. I didn't really get to read it, but a father and son are dead after robbing a Connecticut bank after a 6-hour standoff with the cops. The father and son have both died after robbing a Connecticut bank and then being found with gunshot wounds following a 6-hour standoff. Sean Fallon, 56, and his 27-year-old son, Zachary, wore medical masks as they threatened the teller at the Chelsea Groton Bank. Blah, blah, blah. Cops finally found the getaway car at a nearby Super 8 motel around 6 hours later, sparking a standoff as the father and son claimed they were armed with both firearms and explosives and refused to surrender. Oh, looks like they they took themselves out. They didn't have no explosives. They were full of shit. Wow, they went out with a bang. And was it worth it? How much did they get from the bank? It doesn't say. I don't think it was worth it. Damn. You can't leave children or animals in a running car? No? Well, I know children, but you can't leave a dog in the back seat with the AC on? No? New York State law, huh? The only one that showed up to see him is some kid. Ann Burrell died. Who's Ann Burrell? What the fuck happened to this guy? You know, this guy called me twice before the show, so you know, I'm going live. I said, all right. Where the fuck is this guy? I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck happened here? Now I'm holding my dick in the. What the fuck? God damn it. Somebody told me it was a fucking party. So this goddamn party started. Oh, she was. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, yes. All right, yeah. And Ananda Lewis too, from MTV. That was sad too, man. They were showing pictures of her. She definitely was naturally perfect. Really, she was beautiful. It's a shame. Anyway, yo, what
Hey,
up?
what's up, man?
What the fuck?
Good, good, good. Nothing's up. Fucking, I've been out all night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
and I was kind of like depressed today.
What are you so depressed about?
You know what? I don't know what alliances I have anymore in this fucking mob tube shit.
You still aligned with me, motherfucker?
Well, obviously I'm here, but hey, what's up, everybody? Good? Nah, I mean like the other day, right?
Uh,
So my ex girlfriend, she has a show now.
oh, oh yeah, your ex girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then
it's a
and then
good
she has.
show. No, it's a good show she's got there. She's doing good.
I agree. I agree.
A
What's
lot of,
up, Red?
lot of
Let's say hi to some
revelations.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, say hi to some people. Um, Joe Root, John Rambo, Vietnam, John Rambo, Tampa, and everything. But she's friends with like somebody I really, when we were dating, she was in the scene this other woman. You know what I mean?
Who are we talking about again?
Are we mixing shit up here?
Huh? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I mean, fucking like Maureen, me and Mort, we wouldn't hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Larry?
I couldn't believe what I heard.
Yeah.
My cat don't want to eat no more.
The cat's upset. The cat misses her.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. And even though it was 25 years ago, but my cat was like 40, and
So what are you saying? You're gonna So things are over with Maureen if she doesn't get rid of Angela.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna go that route. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Angel, I hope you're listening to me. You know, but this is,
After all these years.
after we all something. Um, yeah.
You had something
This is,
special.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Maureen, you have to make an ultimatum. It's either Angela or me.
Wow. I hope you make the right choice, Mo.
Your ex-father-in-law can't sleep anymore.
Come back home, Mo.
No, come to Papa.
You better not choose him over me.
And all of a sudden, she's like bringing up Molino.
Oh yeah. No.
She even talked bad about Molino. You know, yeah, all right. That's fresh about that. I get it. I get it.
I wonder what she said.
I
Talking
don't
bad
know.
about Berlino.
Yeah, yeah, she's like Jeff Lowe. Listen, Maureen. If you know, you're only back in your life, you got to get rid of the Angela lady. Should I bring my cat on screen?
I mean, if you want to. I mean, you
If you
basically put her
haven't
on the
slept,
spot.
you haven't slept.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cat's upset.
Yeah, the cat. Don't get a cat upset. She's like, she gets scared every time the Angela voice comes on. That voice can scare. What they say? They scare cats off of fucking fish trucks.
Yeah.
I don't need this in my life. You know what I mean?
Bring up the pussycat.
Yeah, she went to eat. You know how they are. They're fucking, yeah.
Your love was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. I will. John, if you want to see my cat, you're more than welcome. I only bought my cat out for one person. That was Brian G. He goes, "You want a cat?" Yeah. Brian does a lot. Brian G does a lot for cats. So shout
Yeah.
out to Brian G. All right. Uh, he goes, "You got a cat?" I go, "Yeah, I got a cat." Shit, do I got a cat? Oh wow, Michael. Okay, Michael Maramuli.
Marmuli. What?
You're a movie.
Jesus Christ. Like a Mormont.
Yeah. Maramoya.
Look, he's here if
Yeah.
you need anybody to talk to.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So this is good. So there you go. I'm leaving it with that. We
Yeah.
can go on to the next topic, but however, you know, Maureen, it's either me or what's her name?
Angela?
Angela, whatever, the right balls, the right ninja.
The right ninja.
Yeah,
The right ninja.
right. Yeah. Enough of this shit. I don't want to hear it no more. I mean, listen, even though we broke up like 30 years ago, why is
Still,
this person still a friend?
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
You think you were soulmates?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it
Wow.
was that Ferris wheel in Coney Island.
Yeah.
She was friends with Angel and she went to get on, but I'm like, nah, this fucking thing's gonna collapse. Get out of here.
I want to get on the ride too. She's my friend too.
Yeah,
Frank was like, no, no.
I told you go back in that attic where your father put you there. But I don't want to be responsible for being hanging out with you. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, she tried to get between us. You know what I mean?
That's what they do. Those friends, like, girl, you should go out to the club. You should be, he doesn't love you enough. He don't treat you right.
I think it's like, I like him, but he's a banana, so I can't get rid of
Oh,
him because he's the lowest class. The bananas, get it?
prejudice against bananas. You believe this?
Mhm.
A
Yeah,
Gambino broad. Prejudice against bananas. What's the world coming to?
no fucking deal. No fucking deal.
Hey, how about you date my daughter instead?
No, that happened a couple of times. Didn't work out that well.
You don't want to end
You
up
wanted
chained
them
to a bed.
cute. You
Huh?
wanted them cute and drugged out, and that's what you got.
Fuck.
That poor bastard. You could picture her in like her putting fucking like that kind of pressure on him. You want me to my
Yeah.
40 come out and he'll all fucking strung out? Now eat this. Poor bastard. Yep.
Yes, take two Nembutols.
Yep. She was on one of those episodes of like growing up scary or Gotti, whatever.
Growing up scary.
Yeah.
I can just picture at the top of the stairs.
Oh my God, she comes into the house and you could tell they really didn't want to talk to her. And she had this pink fucking scrub on. I guess she worked at a doctor's office. She looked like Barney.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it was like 30 fucking years ago.
Imagine having to walk into a doctor and she's at the receptionist desk and you
Yeah,
got to
you
make
know
an
what she
appointment.
had? Oh, Louie, how are you? Remember me at that party at Roosters on the Bay?
How are you?
You know my mom and yeah, you John Gotti's ugly kid.
Tell Carmine I say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Angela did the voiceover for the Goodfellas mother-in-law for the censored TV version.
Right,
She
it should be at the Harbor Club with a drink over there in fucking Middle Village, and then some guy come on. He's cute. Does he owe my brother any money? You know what I mean?
he's
Oh
cute.
yeah, bro. Yeah, does he owe my brother any money? Like Oh, okay, good. I could attack him.
Yeah, you don't owe my brother money.
My brother, if you don't take me home, my brother's gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
It's almost 10 o'clock.
Come out of the car, the fucking dress come cheesecake.
Where were you?
Right. Well, that's all you had to deal with that with her. She was a habitual kidnapper of fucking desperate men.
Desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they weren't desperate. Maybe they were just
Yeah,
bamboozled.
man. I mean, if they owed their fucking drug dealer a couple of monies, they go get with her, and then the fucking they had protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know who I'm banging? What up, D'Augusta?
All right, what else we got?
Well, who's the bigger bullshitter? Bullshit
Hmm.
artist
What in the mob contest shit?
in the genre, I
Man, I'm
guess.
still fucking. You know what, man? Listen, if Howie commented listening, I owe them an apology, man, because they were like, you always defending somebody, this and that. I, you're right, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does a motherfucker get 700 fucking 700 people on their fucking chat? How? And then the fucking thing don't even move.
Yeah, there's nobody commenting, right?
Yeah, I'm like fucking, yeah, yeah, man, that's bullshit, bro. You heard?
Yeah, I mean,
It
it
doesn't
is
even fucking
suspicious.
move. It's like 700 fucking
I
700
mean,
on the side.
especially in this genre. I mean, it's.
Oh God.
Are you
I,
talking about the show with
I was kind of like
Perello?
devastated. I didn't want to say nothing. I was like fucking. I was hurt because I had so much invested in this guy, but then I'm like, oh fuck, bro, you just say you're coming on now, 700 people come to your fucking chat, and then nothing moves. I didn't know about that. You see, when somebody has the chat and nothing moves, like I'll have like 130, 140 people, 150 on mine and Brett's chat,
Yeah,
and shit moves.
yeah, for sure.
But
When you got that many
700,
people.
that shit should be spinning. Like a Sammy the Bulls chat, you know what I mean? He don't say whatever you want about him, but his shit moves.
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah.
Mm.
Depends how much clout you got. You have, I guess.
Yeah, bring Redheaded Stepchild on this because I want to ask him questions about this, and he's a smart guy, very smart guy. Bring him up
Stepchild boy, you've been
if he
summoned.
wants. If he wants. If he wants.
I mean, yeah, in this genre, it's pretty hard to. I mean, even if Gene was on, I don't know. See,
G don't.
I know Gene gets numbers, but
He's never had that. He's never had 700 people on. He's like had 300, 400, and shit
that's what I
moves.
got when he came on my show a couple times. I got like
Yeah,
300
yeah, yeah,
people,
yeah, yeah.
350, whatever.
He doesn't have no 700. That's bullshit. I'm beginning to think, what the fuck, bro? Are you that much of a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be about ego. He's not gonna go live with 100 people, maybe less. 200
Yeah.
people. He's not gonna do
Yeah.
that.
I called one of I actually, man, with no disrespect and all love to Common, I said, fuck, man, I got to apologize because, you guys brought a lot of good fucking,
Yeah,
a lot of good fucking strong points, and I have to give it to him. I have to give it to him. It's well deserved. See
yeah.
that?
You can't get shit.
Yeah, and that's a good chat, and that's a good chat. So Gene had a live with Hootie and had 200 people in the chat, which is very believable. Where do you get 700? On what?
Could it possibly be from the barstool shit?
Hmm. Yeah, but why wouldn't the chat move?
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah.
And I don't want to be that petty guy, but what the fuck, bro? I mean, you really, yeah, nah,
Well,
hell no.
because you have a channel now and you see how hard it is to get views, and not saying that you're not getting views. I'm sure you're doing great, but
I'm not
you got
doing
to get
good,
it out the
but
mud. You're putting in
mhm,
work for those views.
yeah, yeah. I was like, not only that, okay. This is the other thing. He came out. I don't give a fuck that he did it. He came out at 8 o'clock. We were still on, and I still had 130, 40 people in there, and he just got 700 off the top. None of my people left. I was still maintaining that, and I would think a lot of people on my show will go on his show.
Yeah.
And then I go to look at the names, and they weren't on there. So I'm like,
You don't
wow,
recognize anybody, right?
you're a fucking snake in the grass like that. You're just like fucking boasting. Wow, wow. Don't call me either. I'm not gonna answer your phone. Don't call me. Don't call me at all. Don't ever call me again.
Yeah,
I gave you a lot of free content. I got you guys. You ain't gonna get nothing like that from me again. You know?
yeah. How long do you
Yeah.
think he's been doing this?
A long time.
What up, Red?
Yeah, he's smarter than I am. So, I get, yeah, right. I guess a long time.
We see shit. So I don't know why
Mhm.
people feel the need to do that. I really don't.
It's ego. It's got to be.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because there are others that are actually fairly good at what they do, but they feel the need to inflate their numbers. Like, come on, man! People aren't on YouTube aren't stupid. You know, a lot of these people have been battle tested over the years, and they know what people are doing, and you know, like you said, how chats move and don't move, and
It's about
you know, they say
appearances.
shit. Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah,
an insult. You know, like, come on, man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then a lot of this fake news they put out too.
Oh yeah.
It's get you want to know what's watering down the fucking genre is people like Cashman. Um, and this guy actually knew John Gotti, but fucking the lies that he puts out is incredible. You know.
I don't know much about that guy. Can you guys fill me in? Was he
Mhm.
like a
Yeah, he was
quasi son or something? Or
nah, he wasn't a quasi. He was somebody that John Gotti did definitely
yeah,
he,
I don't know
he
anything
made
about
it
him. So
to, you know, he made sense when he talked back then, and he took a liking to him, you know. But the shit that he comes out with now these days are very, very debatable.
Yeah. He
Very
was like,
debatable.
he considered himself like a son or some shit to him or whatever, son or
yeah,
Mm.
father.
that's maybe I heard him say that. Maybe that's where, and I don't
He
believe
says a lot of
hardly
shit.
anything.
He's a nut job.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of guys once they start loving you in that life, they lie. One of the biggest
yeah.
lies is, you know what? I love you
See,
like shit.
people like him don't understand. We've been watching Tony Pizza for 3.5 years, so we've seen it all and understand. You know what's reality and what's not. So
Yeah.
Of course, of course. Good point. Very good point.
that dude says some hilarious shit, like, and he just believes it. I was watching him the other day, and
He's
he's just
insane.
driving down the road, just saying, "Yeah, I did this and did that, and I smacked the Secret Service agent, and nothing happened." like, okay, dude, all right,
Yeah, you know, he's yeah. He says Aldo smacked me. Aldo. You mean Baldo? No, Baldo never smacked me. But Aldo, where the fuck did he get that from?
yeah,
I swear to God, if I ever come next to you, I'm gonna make you smack me because you're a tough guy, pizza. You could smack me.
uh,
I'm gonna put
yeah.
my face
Uh,
by your hand.
you know, it's I don't. I don't like to use the term mental illness. I mean, everybody has their own different,
That's what it is,
you know.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't disagree. But when you watch him say the things that he's saying, like
yeah,
he
yeah.
literally believes it,
Yeah,
Well,
of
he
like he
said
course.
he was an
believes it
angel.
happened.
He said that when he goes to heaven, he's going to be an angel called Gabriel.
Was it me?
Yeah, they're waiting for him.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was
you're going straight to
500.
heaven, asshole. Because
I think it was
Yeah,
you led such a
506.
great life. You've been
The
so good to
Angel
people.
Gabriel is what started the Muslim faith in 560 what AD.
yeah. Well, let's go back a second, Frank, to the 700 people in the chat. Now, I watch a lot of different stuff. I watch like true
Mhm.
crime. I
Yeah.
watch lawyers. And there's a guy that I watch that I follow. He's got like 500,000 subscribers, and
Oh
he'll
wow.
get yeah, he'll get at any given time, like with the Karen Reed trial. Did he have like 8,000 people in this chat? Now that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can
Wow.
see,
Of course.
but in this genre, there is no way anybody, especially him, is getting 700 in the chat. It's just not
Right. The
happening.
only person that gets that is Sammy the Bull. And I believe that in
Yeah,
the beginning. I believe that, even though
yeah.
I'm not a Sammy the Bull fan, but I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
even think Michael Franzese touches that. I don't know if he goes live or
I'm not
not. I
gonna,
don't watch
I'm
it,
not
but
gonna
I would
yeah.
believe 700 in his chat before I would believe what I saw the other day. But
And I mean, the top of the top, you get like Al Jazeera. They get what, like 30,000 on their chats when they're fucking live, you know?
Yeah, it's just like what I don't like. I guess
And that
why?
percentage is like what, 2% of what people are subscribed to them, maybe three.
Yeah, but what's the end goal? Like people are gonna
But
figure
he's
it
trying
out.
to tell
Like
you
what?
that he's trying to tell you that he's the shit. Because
Uh,
Yeah, he's the big shot.
yeah,
He's
he's the guy. He's the guy. But his content is the real deal because if he has 700 people on his chat, he must be talking, gospel because that's what he does.
he's an
That's his
authority.
practice thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah, I
It's
stopped
mind.
watching him. Sorry, go ahead, Gunsmoke.
No, I was just saying it's a mind fuck. Like people who just tune into the show, they're not familiar with him. They see 700 in the chat. You're like, oh, this guy
Yeah,
must know what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
he right. He must be doing what he's doing because why would 700 people just stop on a dime and listen to him? He
yeah.
must be the guy. You know.
Well, I've made this clear before, Frank. This is why I took the opportunity to ask you questions that one night because I literally know nothing about the mob.
Right.
But going a little further, I stopped watching him a long time ago just out of personal preference, no particular reason. But I don't know if I should bring this up. I don't know if Gunsmoke missed it or not, but he came on Gunsmoke show one night and basically you just kind of low key bash Gunsmoke right to his face, and I was like, wait a minute, you
Yeah,
know,
he knew
what
welcoming.
what did
He
Gunsmoke
knew
ever do to you to and it wasn't that
yeah.
bad, and people are saying, oh, you're overreacting. I'm like, no, watching him and knowing how he talks and how he acts, he meant what he said, and it pissed me off. But that's just me.
Shit, I don't even remember really, but
Yeah, well, it was at the very, very end of your show, and I got pissed off and left a comment, and then boom, you ended the show, and I'm like, God damn it! But yeah, he took a low key shot at you, and I was like, dude, like, who are you? Like, where do you get off saying something like that? But whatever.
what do you say? Some bullshit channels or something?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I don't watch these channels anymore. It's like you're
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah. He said
channel,
that before.
jerk
Yeah.
off.
The guarantee he's listening to us right now. Guarantee, 100%,
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
whatever. Listen, I don't care what the guy does. If he wants to,
But I'm just
mess with
saying.
his numbers, like go ahead. I don't, no skin off my back. But if you're gonna take shots at Gunsmoke, then I'm gonna say something. You know,
Shit.
Mhm.
I think he meant about other channels too, not just mine. But yeah, no, I'm sure I was included
but
on it.
he included you in that
Yeah, yeah,
group. That's my
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And he said these as he's on your panel.
These channels. I know what it was.
Yeah.
These people in the chat was breaking his balls, and he gets annoyed. So he said that a few times.
It gets even
Yeah.
to tell you.
It's just like what Lee used to do to you all the time, Gunsmoke, when he come and
Yeah,
take shots
yeah.
at you on when you guys are on panel.
He gets pissed off about what people saying in the chat, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
So
happened a few
let me
times.
yeah.
You know what? So I was looking at an old lead clip that he did of me. He called me the coffee boy, and that's all right. Yeah, he could drop shit on me. But then I was reading the comments, and Proctor's there, James, whatever. He's like, all this guy ever did is clean toilets at mop clubs. And I thought it was great, right? I was like, yeah, well, okay, whatever. I
Proctor
was
said that about you?
well, yeah, in those comments so it was like 2.5 years ago where Lee comes after me for being nothing but just a
Uh,
coffee, right?
you know
It
what's
just
so funny, Frank? You know how many people in this genre, these fanboys, would kill to be a coffee boy and a fucking for a family, and they want to
yeah,
make comments like that. Shut up.
that's funny you say that because a lot of guys that I made today couldn't get that job back then when I was a kid. Secondly, it was my family's fucking that's what we owned coffee shops. We had coffee shops. You get it? It
Yeah.
wasn't my mom was like, you either go, you want to hang out till 9 o'clock. After 9, you go work with your brother, or you stay home and play fucking, Nintendo and Atari all day. And they were older than me, so I was like, "Oh, I'll go work with them." I got out the house. Get it?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Frank. If
Sure.
if I'm gonna dissect the whole coffee boy thing, is it my am I understanding correctly that everybody in that life has to start somewhere? And usually you don't
No,
jump to the
no,
top right away.
no,
So,
no,
but
no, no,
whatever.
no, not at all. Like, there's a lot of guys that were up there to begin with, like captains stuff like that. But they were in construction stuff. They make their kids work construction or whatever. But some of them wouldn't make them work at all. But I was thrown right in the fire very quickly. Like my coffee
Wasn't your
shops.
entire family involved?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
I
of course.
mean, yeah,
So coffee shops were undercover gambling halls. You know that.
right, right.
So we'd have a front
I've heard you
room.
mention that before. I've heard you
Yeah,
talk
that's what they
about
were.
that.
That's what they were. So you could actually come in the place, order a cappuccino to go, and I'll make it for you. But then you can't go in the back room if you wanted to use the bathroom because that's where they're gambling. We were like, no bathrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put
Yeah.
a sign out front. No public restroom.
Now, at some of the places that were really, really, really state of the art that I worked in later on, that we had bathrooms in the front room. So you actually had waitresses and waiters cater to you, and then in the back, people, they were employees only or private, and that's where stuff was going. But yeah, nah, anybody could have went in.
I just think it's funny that, I mean, if you look at the well, if you look at the criminal history of the people calling you coffee boy, it's
Mm,
fucking hilarious. I'm just saying, you
yeah,
know,
I
like,
didn't care.
come on.
This was my family owned. My uncle had coffee shops. I worked for him. My cousins had coffee shops. I worked for them, but they were a family business.
I think you know what I'm getting at,
You know
though.
how much?
It's the
Yeah, of course.
pot calling the kettle black. You know.
You know how much I used to make on a weekend at 14, 13 years old, working card games? Anywhere from $300 to $500. 1983.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't realize, Frank, that you're not that much older than me.
Yeah, that's what I used to
We're
make.
yeah, we're fairly close in age.
Can I make those? No, no. I like. No, we didn't make those. There was only two types of coffee back then. They were espressos and cappuccinos, but usually they were always espressos and a couple of shots, and then whatever. That's what we did. And when I worked in Giannini's, we had a $15,000 machine,
Holy smokes!
coffee machine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the
Yeah,
price of
they're-
business. Yeah, that place was all marbled out and everything was very, very high tech.
people are serious about their coffee, man. I never
Well,
understood it, but
it was about catering to gamblers, and gamblers like coffee.
right, and keep them up all night.
Yeah, we didn't have a liquor license, but we carried maybe like 8 to 10 popular liquors. Remy Martin was a very popular one. Amaretto Serrano, obviously. What else did we carry? A couple of good cognacs, Chivas, the whiskey, and if you wanted a drink, we'll make you a drink now and then. But we carry those liquors as well. Amaretto, Kahlua. We carry like 10 different liquors. All coffee shops too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Look what Jane said. That's why I think it's funny this idiot's calling you a coffee boy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I was laughing about it, but then he has his girlfriend over there and telling him that he was part of the mob. Sometimes I just take it for where it's coming from. I mean, I could destroy him anytime I want, and he hated it. He's
Well,
not
and
in the game anymore, so I leave it alone.
that coffee machine could have made cappuccino.
Yeah, they had the vaporize on both sides. Vapor.
Motherfucker, better make
Of
cappuccino.
for
course,
15 grand, that thing
Yeah,
better be
fuck
giving
shit.
me hand
50
jobs
grand.
too.
50 grand. We had one. It had an eagle on top. Really expensive machine. A really good machine.
We had a fucking gold eagle at the top.
Yeah. I remember when the feds came in there and fucking busted us. We weren't allowed to go in. I snuck in the fucking. I snuck in the fucking in the place. Father goes, go in there and get everything we gotta get out of there. Fuck those motherfuckers. So we snuck in through the outside, the basement. So we took whatever because once we got confiscated for the gambling, it was in possession of the government. So, but I went in there and with another friend of mine, I'm not going to mention who it was, and we got a lot of stuff back. They were like, "Where did this go? Where did that go? Yeah, up your ass, motherfucker!"
What happened to that nice coffee machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cigarettes, and we took the cigarettes back because it was like fucking. We sold cigarettes. It was like shit, $1,500 worth of cigarettes.
I must say, Frank, I really like what you and Brett are doing. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. I remember he hit like when they came in, he seen him coming. He hit like $5,000 behind the meter. The feds found that they took it.
Oh, geez.
Hmm.
What's up, Steve?
Well, Wallow. He goes, go back in there, see if it's over there. It wasn't there. Probably gave it to him. They found it. That's found and stole it.
Eating popcorn?
Yeah, what are you doing, Frank?
Okay, so they found the money and they took it.
What
So you
kind of
got
meter
robbed.
are you talking about? Like the
Gas
the
meter, you put
gas
it
meter?
underneath,
Yeah,
you go underneath there and look for it.
gotcha. Probably kept it for themselves.
Yeah, we went there. No, we would have gave it to him. It was me and no, I'll tell you, it was a relative. of his. So we went in there, we busted in the door, even though they put locks on the door not to go in, and we took anything that was valuable. Place they put a lot of money in there. He goes, looking. He goes, where to look and look. I have about $5,000 in there. He didn't have it in the, it was not there. So they took it.
Right.
Motherfuckers.
And it wasn't like he seen they put in there. He had it in there to begin with. You get it?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna fucking take nothing from me.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
how come
this
you
guy.
didn't like my dad? You got a doubt story? No, I just don't like cops.
Don't tell him about the hotel shit. Forget it.
With him? Well, not he. I just whatever. I don't want to talk about him
Yeah, forget
because
it.
yeah,
My
over there in
bad, my bad.
Miami. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan. I like cops. I just don't like dirty cops. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Tupac Shakur felt the same way. Yeah.
I've
Did
had,
you?
I
I
got
know
beat
you
up.
don't want to talk about him, Frank, but I do have a question. Did you happen to catch that documentary, The 7-5?
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Yeah, of
What
course.
was
I
your
thought he was a
opinion?
great one. I got a friend of mine that's with him right now. They're hanging out. They're doing a construction job together somewhere in the south. Uh,
Okay.
and they're friends. I'm not friends with. I don't dislike. I don't dislike them. I just don't want to be around. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
don't
to
know
each
him
his
enough to
own.
fucking hang out with him. But every time
I
I'm
guess.
around him, it's just like I don't like him.
I guess my question was, in your opinion, how much of what he said was, truth? Because he was coming clean with all this stuff that they did. I was just
He's a
curious.
fucking drug addict. A drunk. His family comes from good pedigree. His mother didn't talk to him for about 2 years that I know personally because of what he did. You know, he's everything you trust and just to become a fucking dirty cop, you know?
Yeah. What's up, Common?
Fucking
But
dirty
I'll
cop
tell you
boy.
a story if you donate $20 to Gunsmoke.
Now we gotta bribe him, huh? That's what we gotta do.
Mm,
We gotta fucking bribe people now.
Like a Frank.
I'll tell
I've
you
been
a
through the
story.
motions, huh?
Yeah, he's just typical of that Irish fucking scumbag New York City cop. That's it.
Yeah. And
How long
they're
was he
not
even a
nice guys.
cop? Was he even a cop for like a decade?
He's from Long Island. He was a cop. I didn't know him as a cop, but he reminded me of all the motherfuckers who used to like slap me in the head when I was in the back of that patrol car. You know, that fucking you fucking
Yeah.
greaser, guinea. And now because he has a common interest with a lot of these guys that fucking flip, hang out together.
Yeah.
Was
Makes you
Marine?
wonder what he what he would be doing if there was no social media like there is.
I I don't know. Uh,
Probably just be
like I
hiding.
said, I don't know him enough to dislike him, but I know him enough to not want to be around him. I think
That's
that was
fucked
well said. I think that was well said.
I like.
Yeah,
That would
but
be
like, I
fucked.
didn't mean it like that. But I don't know. What am I gonna say? I'm not a fan.
Yeah. No, there's nothing worse than getting pulled over by a fucking dirty cop, a real scumbag that breaks your balls. I got pulled over by one of those assholes. He looked like fucking Scott Baio, piece of shit. Fucking left me stranded for fucking half an hour. Came back, his fucking eyes are fucking bloodshot red and glassy. He was drunk. Fucking nut job, doing donuts in the street. He was a real fucking asshole.
A cop?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where was
it's a fucking
that
cop
at?
in my fucking neighborhood. It's fucking nut job.
Oh
He's a real
wow.
cowboy.
Yeah, right. Seattle cops are different. They're pretty cool. Now you go to Kirkland, Bellevue, they're just fucking. They don't patrol nothing. They don't do nothing. They're drunk police. But Seattle cops are cool. We got so much fish. They don't even they don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, I
Cowboys are
haven't
a
had
piece of
much
shit.
interaction with Seattle. I mean, obviously I'm
Yeah,
further
yeah, like,
south, but
they don't even stop you. They don't give a fuck. But now you go to the fucking like the east side where I'm at,
Oh,
and
Ishay.
the east side of Seattle, yeah, there's hardly no crime, so they're drunk police.
That's crazy.
Well, steroid head motherfuckers. They're like Long Island back in the day.
Yeah. No, they're not playing in Long Island. Those cops in Long Island don't fucking play.
I didn't
Motherfucker.
play back when we were kids.
Yeah.
did you end up getting a ticket, Gunsmoke, that night, or did he
Oh,
just
he
fuck
gave me
with
a
you and
ticket,
bail
that
out?
stupid fuck. No, he gave me a ticket. And then I went to the
The
DMV
phone number,
court.
stop there.
Yeah, Scott Baio. I went to the DMV
Give me
court. He
phone
actually
number.
showed up, and the fucking judge he didn't have my paperwork, so the judge postponed it for like another 6 months. I went back. He still didn't have the paperwork, so they fucking dismissed it. And the judge admonished him and said, "It's not the first time. How dare you say?" He was really.
Yeah, because he goes there for the overtime. Every time they go there, they're getting paid.
Well, he didn't even have my paperwork because that shows me he was drunk and shit. Because the way he was acting, he's like, by the time I finished this cigarette, I want you to give me a reason why I shouldn't impound your car right now. Because I fucking blew a red light. Fucking fuck you.
You
He
guys ever
actually
get
lit up a
arrested
cigarette
for
and started smoking.
anything?
Huh?
I mean, when you guys get arrested for anything, Long Island or anything, get the lawyers that are, especially if it's not a big thing, get the lawyers that are across from the courthouse because they know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't bring fucking scumbags from Queens to Mineola because they're gonna screw you even more. Believe me, I paid for that.
Johnny Ola from Mineola.
Well, Mineola is the Long Island courts, but you get like a Queens fucking Boulevard lawyer, you can bring it to Mineola. They're like, yeah, who's that? Johnny Two Shoes, you know?
Johnny Ola.
Yeah.
Wait,
Me and Maureen went through a divorce.
yeah, I'm
Maureen, she
staying
didn't
out of that
show up.
one.
She didn't show up.
I'm
She
staying
didn't
I'm
show
out
trying
up.
to bait her. I'm fishing. I'm trying to bait her, but she ain't coming up.
of that. So, okay, this is the last question I'll ask. Mike Dowd wasn't last I remember him. He was hanging out with A Light.
Yeah, they're
That
friends. Yeah.
was this, yeah. Okay, all right. I thought that was right. This
I
has been
don't
like a couple years ago.
Ask any question you want, Bowie, Brad. Yeah, you're good. I don't care. Yeah, I'm just saying myself. I'm not a fan.
Good. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, they do hang out, and I actually hung out with them in Miami.
Shit.
The reason I asked that is I just remember somebody. I don't know if it was A Light put out a video, and those guys were in like Miami or something. But like I said, this is a couple years ago, so I was just trying to refresh my memory.
Uh, he's working with a friend of mine right now on a construction job, and my friend's like, I got Mike Dow. I go, well, why would you get Mike Dow? What? Well, just anything about construction?
Yo, I
Well,
like.
yeah, he's paying him like 1,500 a week just to put me a supervisor. I go, oh, you're such a lick dicker. You know what I mean? Is that gonna make you like, oh, I got my dog working for me? Because fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
He looks like a retarded Jack Nicholson. That's funny.
He thinks he's a celebrity.
I mean, he's got a documentary. I guess he's got a book, right?
I'll
And
tell you what. I'll tell you what. He does have a story, and I will go. I will. Yes, he definitely has. He definitely has a Hollywood fucking story where he can make a movie can be made about his life. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'll definitely give him that.
there was an infamous strip club fight. A
That one
like
in Tampa. That one in Tampa where fucking homeboy Sandy nephew was there. That fucking Nanny Trio scumbag.
Oh, God.
I got it. I got the proof, Lee. Yeah, it
I got
went
a
down
newspaper
Saturday.
article. It was in the newspaper.
That syndrome of a down. What is that?
Syndrome of a Down.
Down syndrome of a down. He looked like he's missing. Yeah, bro. Tommy, believe me, if you ever were in front of this fucking guy, ugh, cringe material, cringe.
Come on, get down with the sickness. Come on. Mike Dowd
Yeah,
seems like the guy that
you could
has.
have had that gravy $1,500 supervisor job. I could have easily, but however, I'm not gonna go fucking somewhere. I'm not gonna fucking fly down to fucking the southeast just to fucking hang out and supervise a bunch of fucking people I don't even know for that. No, no, he did it because he needs the money. I need money too, but I didn't do it.
Don't we all? God damn
But
it.
I was definitely offered that job. The Augusta is around your neck of the woods too, because I know you're in fucking Virginia. So.
You fucking Virginia boy. I
Yeah, that's
used
what
to
I
be a
remember
big
about him.
Florida strip joint guy. Florida strip
I'll tell you
clubs?
what, he's actually right now as we speak in South Carolina, and that's a fact.
Yeah. The Hindu
I
guy sees a like.
fuck that. I mean, I make that fucking. I'm not gonna tell you how much I make, but I'm not gonna fucking go and do that. I can go crab fishing for that in fucking 5 days.
Shit.
But bust my ass though. Don't think it's easy.
Yeah, I seen some of those shows, crab fishing and shit.
It ain't like that. There's all type of different crabs. Like if you ever go
All
like
crab.
to
That's the rumor.
yeah, there's all different kind of crabs. Like if you go, yeah, nah, that shit is exaggerated. Where they make the boats rock and on purpose and all that.
Like,
Yeah,
ahoy,
I had a
mateys!
friend.
Oh, yeah.
I had
Oh
a
my
friend that went up and
god!
did it.
They're in the Puget Sound. They're not even in the fucking and they're pretending they're catching shit. That's bullshit.
Dark blue ocean, like real dark, lightning and thunder. No,
You can make a lot of money blue crab fishing, and like the Chesapeake blues. The blue crabs that we have from Long Island all the way down to probably like Virginia. The blue crabs that they make crab cakes with,
yeah,
Baltimore crab cakes, where you gotta there's a lot of work in them. Those things you put crab pots out, and then you go grab them, and then you fucking put them in a boat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, that's a lot different than how it's portrayed on TV.
Right, right, right. You lobster fishing is the same thing. They'll kill you for fucking like lobster pots. That's up and over there in the New England area. You fuck with somebody's lobster pots, they're authorized to kill you.
yeah. Like they control certain parts of the bay and ocean, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of money, bro. You don't fuck around with that shit.
Yeah, that's like their allotted space.
I wore the rubber suits and everything. The orange ones, the suspenders and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Well,
did
how
all
does that
that.
work? How does that work when they purchase their permits or whatever? Don't they get like a certain plot like out there, like that's their area that they can fish and nobody else can come in?
But
Or
yeah, well, if there's five of them, they're allowed to go there. They can go anywhere they want. But that says
uh,
there's that balance. But you get like fucking scumbags sometimes at nighttime, fucking think they're funny and they'll go grab their fucking crab pots and
oh yeah,
with their motorboats and they'll get shot at. Tell you, you're stealing your shit, stealing your livelihood. Like
motherfuckers.
stealing your fucking
yeah.
cow.
So you put like a boat instead of a drive by, you put a boat by and fucking spray up their fucking boat.
No, you can get killed for that. You don't get it.
Yeah, they'll shoot you out there.
Leave
They
you
don't
in the
play
fucking
around.
ocean. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucking New England, the waters in Maine and fucking
they
like
had big sharks out there.
I think I think New Hampshire has about fucking what 10 miles of coast. So you got Maine, New Hampshire, and then you got fucking Massachusetts. So those people don't play.
Yeah, I saw a documentary. I think it was a documentary once where they showed some interactions with some fishermen out there. Yeah, those guys don't play.
That's a big business.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What
Now
up,
my friend,
Carlos?
my friend puts pots out. He's him and some other guy have this little area, and they put pots out, and like 2 or 3 days later, he goes in with his fucking little schooner schooner boat, and he puts them on there, and then
Schooner boat.
yeah, he empties them out, and then he puts them back on the fucking. They put chicken in there too.
Oh yeah,
They
not
like
the chicken.
chicken.
Yeah,
Too. Yeah, yeah.
everybody loves chicken.
He sells them too. He makes them and sells them. He sells them like I think they're like $80 a piece. That like if you live by the water, you buy one of them, you put them down. You'll get like I don't know a lot of blue crabs.
The work schedule's what? Crack of dawn, right? You got to be there before sunrise on the fucking water, right?
You
Yeah, they're
can't go.
going out like
No, you can't. You gotta go. You can't go before sun. You get when the sun
yeah.
comes
There's a
up.
certain time where they can start. Yeah.
Oh, the military marine police will give you a ticket. I used to do oystering. We used to do that. We were we get set up and then we used to go around I don't know, 7 in the morning. And that oystering's cold. And the marine police, if they catch you, fucking go before the sun comes up. They give you a big time ticket.
Well, I
Motherfucker.
think you can be out there, Frank. You just can't drop any pots or throw any lines or anything like that until like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I remember fucking a bunch of rednecks one time. They got fucking they they want to talk about you motherfuckers are crazy. So we were oystering it outside near the North Carolina border. So most of these guys like rednecks. You got Confederate flags and all that shit when you come to the arena.
Traitors.
And no, they're just fucking runners, whatever, drunk already. And this Marine fucking guy gave one guy a fucking like a $300 fucking ticket.
Ooh.
And he goes, I hope this is exactly what he said to him. He goes, motherfuckers, then you wanna know why these end motherfuckers blast your fucking head off. You deserve it,
Wow.
motherfucker. Yeah, yeah, just like that. He goes, I hope one of them blast your fucking head off. I'm like, what the fuck,
What
that
the
was
cops
going
say?
on.
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing. He goes, I can't wait till one of these motherfucking N-words fucking blast your heads off, you cocksucker motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they're different breed out there, but North Carolina is just fucking just hateful motherfuckers.
I don't think a
Not a
state
lot of
trooper would take that shit.
they're in
They
the
wear the
water.
boots and that fucking hat. They ain't taking that shit.
If they come next to him, they're gonna blast his ass.
Are
But
you threatening a state official, sir? Step out of the car. You know,
yeah, I used to hear a lot of racist shit with these motherfuckers. They suck. They're not good people.
it's a different world down there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Frank, have you heard of Long Beach, Washington?
How many fucking Long Beaches are there?
Washington get real racist real quick too. Especially especially the east side, like
On the east side?
Spokane, right by the Panhandle of Idaho. That fucking place could get. You
Oh
want to
yeah,
laugh? My
I
friends
lived
went
in
to.
I lived in Coeur d'Alene for a summer, dude. I saw it all. I
Mhm,
saw it all.
mhm.
Yeah.
My friends and a couple of their friends went to camping out there, and a couple of them were American kids. They were just Filipino or Southeast Asians. They went out there and
The
they
Troon
ran
Gang,
into
Obama.
they ran into a little of that bullshit out there.
Well, I believe isn't there a what is it Sandpoint? There's somewhere out there. There's a
It's a
compound
little bit better now, though. But back in the day, that
back
area
in the
right
day.
there,
Yeah.
it was very
Oh, dude,
What
they used to
compound?
come into Coeur d'Alene and drive people off the road and all sorts of
mhm,
crazy shit.
mhm.
Yeah.
My kid's mom, she worked at McDonald's up there. She's from Idaho, and she worked at McDonald's when she was a kid. And she said the first black person she seen when she was like 13 years old. And her thing was she asked if they knew Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
Remember when Kamala
Yeah,
lied about working at
mhm,
McDonald's?
mhm. She didn't see any. That any black folks,
Yeah, yeah, sheltered
Yeah,
life right
That's
there.
it's
crazy.
just they're like she asked, "Hey, you know Michael Jackson?" The guy was like, "What?" She working as a young kid.
That's one of the first
Yeah.
albums I ever had as a kid. Off the wall, Michael Jackson bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Idaho is a different fucking place.
Oh yeah. When I moved up there for the summer, this was with my son's mom at the time and her mom. It was a culture shock for me. I was not used to seeing that level of racism that I saw up there. It's crazy.
Oh, you want to see some racism?
Nice people though. I mean, but when I was like when I first got to Seattle, a lot of the people from Idaho came there for work because they couldn't get work in Idaho. Idaho's not, it's not as financially fluid like Seattle is. But they were nice people. They kind of remind me of North Carolina Virginians, but a little bit more smarter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Idahoans are smarter than North Carolinians.
Not by much, but they're like the same people, but a little bit more.
Sophisticated.
No, 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 no. No, no, not sophisticated about their approach on other
uh,
people is a little bit more different, like Virginians.
I was reading Common's comment. I forgot that Mark Furman moved out there. Yeah.
I knew his brother Lance, so Lance's a half brother is, and Lance is a half brother of his, and he lives in by Spokane. Lance lives in Seattle. Good people, good people. They um just they're not like okay, like when you think of the Ku Klux Klan, right? You think of these fucking dumb idiots who shoot fucking cans all the time,
Yeah,
and then you think of these people like the whatever the people in the Panhandle of Idaho. They're more doctrinated and more into like that kind of stuff, but you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna make them talk about that shit real easy unless something happened. You get it?
Yeah.
With the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia guy be like, "Fuck these motherfuckers." They don't do that. They just do it in a
they're subtle.
political. Yes, 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 yes.
It's there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they
it's
suck too,
flyover
but they
country.
both suck.
Yeah,
They
it
both
sucks.
suck.
Yeah,
They both suck. But the other one's more like the closest thing to Nazis, like from Germany,
Jesus,
and the other ones are
that
just
bad, huh?
fucking. Yeah, they own cars, they own businesses. They're not dumb and all like that and whatever. But they just they have a lot of hate.
Thank you, Jay Dams. Shouts to Carlos. Got a free membership, boy.
They're not the
Carlos
guy with
did.
the fucking one tooth in his mouth that wants to talk about fuck you. You know what I mean? Hey, Kyle. Yeah, they ain't that guy.
Sounds like I
No, I
dubs.
watched a crazy documentary the other night. I think it's called "Erasing Hate." And this kid,
Hmm.
or guy, he started, 14, he started young. He got indoctrinated young. I mean, he just started getting tattoos everywhere. All these, you name it, he had it. And I guess what is it, the Southern Poverty Law Center, I think it's called.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
the
sure
ones
if
with
I said that right.
the
Yeah,
Yep.
but they paid for him to have his tattoo removal, and it was supposed to take like 6 months, but it
That's a
took
good
like a year and a half.
that's a good anti-hate group right there. That's one of the best.
Yeah,
That's one of the best.
it
I
was
remember
crazy.
down here. I go, maybe we should call it Southern Poverty Law fucking in your neighborhood because and he never fucked with me. Yo, hey, what's up, Carlos? What's going on? Yeah, 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 exactly. Yo,
What?
oh, okay, I don't
God
hear
damn it, I was
nobody.
on friggin' mute. I was saying thank you, Nightmare.
I might
I
put
was
a
wondering what was going on.
Fuck, man. I'm over here talking. But yeah,
Yeah, that don't even make sense. Imagine being a criminal group, not about money, but just about hating people. What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? If it ain't about money, I mean, don't get into any criminal group, but if it ain't about fucking like profiting or better, what the fuck about hating somebody? That doesn't even make sense.
some people are prone to
Yeah,
domestic terrorism. It's just a stupid.
yeah.
Some
The
people's
guy in the
brains work.
documentary that I watched, he completely, his thinking completely, switched. And they actually asked him, like, would you, hang out with a black person now or whatever? And I guess one of his good friends now is black, but his thinking. They just got to him young, and he
Mm-hmm.
just ran with it from there. He had tattoos all over his face, and I can't remember the specific meaning, but it was a form of hate. What the hate symbols, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, very crazy.
Dude, he went through
Fucking
hell getting those
racist blood.
tattoos off too. Basically, you just get this big freaking sunburn to get them off, and they finally started having to put him under, knock him out. It was so
I
painful.
Damn.
know in their right mind would get a fucking swastika on their body, but think about it. If
Yeah,
you really educated yourself, I mean, ethnic cleansing, fucking kids and children and women and
yeah,
who does
exactly.
that? I mean, do you? Yeah, and no, I'm gonna go on the fucking. I'm gonna go on this. When that fucking pig slob in Howard Beach fucking took that kid in, knowing that he condones fucking murder of fucking innocent 6 million people. She's just a fucking slob.
Well said. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he was
No,
just a
no,
history buff. That's the
and
way
this
she
is not,
explained it.
and this is the way, and this is the way I'm gonna fucking go about it. She has a problem with it, or even the fucking dirtbag that fucking whoever's around her, you know, that's what it is.
He's just a history buff.
I think a lot of people see this now. They understand now. From all sides of this fucking wacky ass community, they understand, what she's about now. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying it
Oh
for.
yeah,
Does anybody
there's
know what that shit stands about? I mean, well, fucking, why would a human have that kind of fucking kind of design on them? You know?
Yeah.
yeah. I can't think of any logical reason to get Adolf Hitler
I
tattooed on
don't
my
know.
body.
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Tattoo.
you know.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he never did anything to me. You know, what the fuck does that even mean?
So stupid.
You know?
It's a bullshit excuse, basically. That's what it is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, denial only goes so far.
Yeah, I
Something's up
mean,
with that. Yeah, I don't know.
I told him one time, like, you guys need to go to the Holocaust museums. Um, Not him because he's already far fucked. I mean, he was touching his niece, so you can't talk to that guy. Um, and I don't want to. I don't want to. But her in particular, that oh well, she's not friends with him anyway. That doesn't make it any better. You were. You should have educated yourself on people like that.
How do you not know? I mean, you've been on Earth long enough, to not know what the fuck, Then you want to, what do you call that shit? Uh, Split hairs about, anti-Semitism and being a Nazi and all this other shit.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
You could go. Then you could go after Sammy the Bull for killing a child. Right. How about going after this fucking guy for condoning the murder of fucking children? And she's right. The only reason she does the Sammy the Bull thing is because Sammy the Bull told on her father. But can you imagine if Sammy the Bull don't talk? Does she even bring that up? Is she even friends with Joy Faraci if Sammy the Bull don't talk?
probably not.
I
No,
actually
probably
thought
not.
about that the other day, Frank. That
No,
exact same
probably not.
question you
We
just
thought of
asked.
that. 100% no. And you could come pick up the week on my show and Lee who protects her all the time because that's his gravy train. He makes a couple dollars when he's being her friend. You could come pick up the link on my show too. And I can talk about what I'm talking about now.
Talking about it, boy.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
You ever see Judge Judy? She hates that shit
Yeah.
when the person answers her is like, She's like, "What? Excuse me, what?"
Yeah. She's another racist.
She ain't racist.
Oh yeah, she is.
Judge
Uh-huh.
Judy, she don't like
Uh-huh.
that shit.
What
She
the
wants you
fuck,
to speak
son?
proper English. That's all. Oh, look at this, my man.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
We got
Who you got? Who you got in the house?
a special
Hey.
guest.
Hey, who bots? What's going on?
What up, Red?
What up, Common?
What
What's
up,
Okay.
Smoke?
up, com, bro? How you doing?
Not too bad, man.
Am
Figured I'd
I
pop by
wrong?
for a
Am
minute,
I
bullshit
wrong,
with the
Carmen?
fellas.
Am I wrong? Would she even? Would we even hear about her if Sammy the Bull never talked?
I don't know. You wouldn't hear nothing about fucking Alan Kaiser either.
That's what I'm
Agreed,
talking. Yeah,
100%.
that's what I mean. That's what I meant. Good point. Good. My bad. My bad. Oh, look who's here! My girlfriend's back, and you're gonna be.
My baby's back. Da-da-dun-dun-dun.
Baby,
I
come
think
back.
Play them tunes, man.
no, we see the
Serenade your
Neo
Yeah.
woman.
Angel.
Get your woman.
Did
Get
you
your
even
woman
hear
back,
that
man.
music, Frank?
What
Playing
happened?
what is that? A fucking harp?
I guess.
You're fucking sick. You're a sick bastard.
You can't be
I was
yourself,
laughing my ass off when you
That's
start playing that
fucking.
Gunsmoke.
That's hilarious.
He was supposed to pour his heart out.
It's Neo Angel. Make up your mind.
I'm just waiting to hear the fucking wind beneath my
My
wings fucking coming
30-year-old
on
cat
next.
that we stick together can't sleep at night.
The cat can't sleep at night.
Ah,
It's not the same without you.
Hey, hey, Smoke. If I
Yeah.
whatchamacallit? Are you if I played like some audio from something that was on here, is that cool or no?
Yeah. No, I'm not playing commercials tonight on this. That's cool. Yeah.
All right.
No commercials tonight. Yeah.
Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear about that case that just happened with the father who was R-wording his daughter since she was 9 and wanted fathering like 3 or 4 kids with her and just got arrested for like
Yeah,
200 like
I
8
No, I
literally
years.
didn't
saw
hear.
that yesterday.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah. Well, there's like a 2 little like 30-second clips I wanted to fucking play. So everybody on here can listen to what the prosecutor has to say about this, right? So give me a sec. I'm gonna be right back. Let me get the timestamp real quick.
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought he was
I
going to read
literally
Gary.
just, I
I ain't
literally
ready.
just read up on that story, man.
Part 3.
Oh shit, Maureen's is leaving.
There you go,
Marines bouncing.
Welcome back.
Look here, you got her calling me a fucker too.
Baby, come back. You can blame
You
it
can blame it all on me.
My baby, come back.
Frank is sorry, and he just can't live without you.
Yeah,
Dude, this case that Common's about to talk about is disgusting because people knew about this, including her family.
They're crazy.
Everybody knew about it.
Bonk Funk Boy.
What up, Bong Funk?
Don't come around. Uh-oh. The bong funk is in town. Uh-oh.
Sound like from a land down under.
Come from a land down under.
That sounded
She gave me
Pakistani.
Vegemite sandwich. Dude, I didn't know what Vegemite was for years.
A Vegemite? What's a Vegemite?
It's some
I guess it's
Australian fucking shit. It's disgusting.
Australian, like tuna fish or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's kind of like a squash.
It's like a fucking it's like a paste that comes in a tube that's like
like peanut butter or something.
Yeah, it's like a peanut butter. It's like something you put on sandwiches and shit like that. It's Vegemite.
Yeah, Vegemite. It's like a vegetable spread.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's a vegan.
Local to Australian. So listen to this. Listen to this shit. So this guy, right? I don't know exactly where it is. Do you remember where the case was at, Red, or no?
I do not. I do know that it stopped, I believe, when she was 21, I believe. But everybody knew about it. Her whole family, the police, like everybody knew.
Yeah, so listen to this shit. So this father started R-wording and molesting his daughter starting at the age of 9 years old, right? He wound up fathering, I think, like 3 or 4 children and got arrested on like 150 or 160 counts of, incest and R-wording and having kids, all that stuff, and child neglect and the whole nine, right? So I want you to listen to what this prosecutor and law professor has to say about cases like this. Let me know if you can hear it, because last time I had an issue with the. Oh, hold on, let me change my setting real quick on my Bluetooth. Hold on, 1 second.
I'm just happy we don't hear Common's frog tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Ribbit.
See, I'm taking shit for granted over here.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Gunsmoke. What's the matter with you?
Wow, for me.
All right, let me know.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear this.
Yeah, we hear it. I heard it.
I heard it.
Oh, I don't hear it now. No.
Yeah, turn it up.
Nah, it's my settings on my fucking AirPods, man. It cancels background noise. Hold on. Fuck, man. How can I do this shit real quick?
DL
Fuck,
boy.
I like that. I like that asshole. Look what he wrote.
Alvin is the guy from Rhode Island.
He might as well be. But
I think
but
it's
that's part of the
somewhere from the
reason.
Midwest.
That's part of the reason why I'm playing it, though. Because I want these motherfuckers to hear this shit.
They have Bobby Brajol as the fucking lawyer.
Bobby Brajol.
Case dismissed due to federal involvement.
All right, let me know if the audio is good.
Nah.
Can you hear it?
Nah. Sounds like space alien sex.
What?
Sounds like intergalactic sex.
Hold on, let me turn the fucking beats off so you can hear this. I'll turn it back on. What the fuck, man? This is so aggravating, bro. Why is it doing this shit?
West Virginia.
Mountain
Alabama.
Mama. Take me home right now.
I don't know why I watch it. It's like a train wreck. It's like watching pizza. It's like watching National Geographic, you know?
Can you hear my audio or not?
I hear you, but it sounds muffled.
Hold on. Oh, fuck, man.
MashaAllah.
That's so long.
It's funny that you're doing that, Frank. You know where he's from? West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Her family knew, and every time someone came to investigate, the grandmother shut it down. I send the girl.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, it's a big statement.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Am I clear?
Yeah.
Why do you sound like that's fucking not a yeah and you're just giving me a yeah?
It's as good as it's gonna be. It was better before, but
I don't hear it.
It was better before.
Your voice was better before. But let's see if we can hear the background, the speaker.
All right, hold on. I'm cueing this shit.
Play it.
Huh? Yeah.
I started it. Oh, you're good. You're good now. Yeah.
I'm good. All right, hold on.
To talk about this, let me bring back onto Sidebar Marion Bracha, practice professor of law, former child abuse, sex crimes prosecutor. So, Marion, this is pretty disgusting. This is beyond disturbing. Are incest cases more common than we might realize, unfortunately?
Well, people dealing with dementia.
Hold on, stupid
eating
commercial.
peanut butter might actually be speeding up memory loss.
That Australian peanut butter.
A lot of people. Well, the cases might not be very common because, unfortunately, when there is abuse within a family, oftentimes it will go unreported, undocumented, unprosecuted. So the cases themselves probably aren't as frequent as the actual occurrence of the crime is. But it certainly happens, as we can see in this case.
By the way, so these are allegations, right? He's innocent until proven guilty. I have to say that. I have to remind myself of that, given what he's charged.
All right, so you heard what that lady just said, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for all you fucking idiots and fucking assholes on here that go with this excuse for the diddler, you know, that this guy, if he did something to the fucking niece, you know, he would be prosecuted for it and they'd bury him and put him under the jail. This is from one of the leading sex crimes prosecutors in the fucking country right here, telling everybody that you hear out of her own mouth that family incest and molestation and rape cases are hardly ever prosecuted or brought forth because the family doesn't want to bring forth those charges out of like embarrassment and shit like that, and they oftentimes these people never get prosecuted, right?
Yep.
So she goes on. I'm gonna get to this other part. Give me like 1 minute. I'm queuing up the timestamp, right?
Yeah.
So I want everybody to fucking hear this shit loud and clear.
Hey, Common, did you hear me earlier? He's from West Virginia. That's where it happened.
Goddamn West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia, you said?
Yeah.
Where Bernstein's from.
Okay, yeah. Give me
Really?
1 second. I'm trying to get the timestamp. Hold on, sorry,
No,
bro.
he's from Detroit.
No, it looks like the hills have eyes.
I think I don't want to be mean, but
Yeah, hills have eyes. That's it. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
yeah.
No, I know where Common's trouble with this. They protect their fucking scumbag family. That's what they do because they don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, Marine's right. That's the guy's name. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna give him any
Kenny
light, but
Cook.
that's his name. Yeah.
Unnamed Kenny Cook.
So you come back, my love. Hey, my love is.
His own family was basically condoning it because they were hiding it for,
Sick fucks.
shielding it from everybody.
Sick world out there, man.
So it's Kenny Cook Calico.
Kenny Cook Calico.
Kenny
Johnny Ola
Calico.
from Mineola.
Kenny Calico.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a big old People magazine article on it.
Kenny Cook Calico from Cook County. From Cook County.
They charged him with like 152 counts.
They just fucking put them in hot oil. That's all. Listen, there's no fucking way. Listen,
There's no fixing that. There's no fixing that.
you're putting your shit on your own kid. Kill that motherfucker.
They said that one of the children that he fathered with her was found in a neglectful situation. You think?
Yeah, these fucking pure animals. They're animals. I'm telling you now, they just shoot shoot them right in the fucking head.
Well, here's the interesting thing. That child's only 1 year old. So that gives you an idea of, how far this family went to shield him from this crap.
Gross. That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah, he refused because he knows he got some explaining to do. I'm sure. What, they gave birth in the hospital or they gave birth at home, right? They can't go to the hospital. This was the father, right? I don't know. No?
You're exactly right, Gunsmoke. He didn't want to go because he knew he'd get caught.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this part of the interview that they're having on their show, this is a long crime sidebar. Just to give people a reference if you want to hear it. This is basically a quote from the girl. In this case, it's a daughter, the one the father was raping and had the children with. She's gonna explain. She's gonna explain in detail about what occurred real quick. So listen to this.
But here's the important part. Alexandra posted about her experience on her Facebook page, and this is what she wrote, quote, Since court has now ended, I'm going to speak my part on the monster most of y'all keep messaging me about. I've reported him multiple times since I was 9 years old, but my grandmother worked hand in hand with CPS. Nobody believed me. She made them all think I was lying about it. When my grandpa found out what was happening, he didn't even look surprised. The last time I told a guidance counselor what was happening and CPS was called, my grandma had it swept under the rug, and my dad told me if I ever told again, he knew ways to get me erased. Okay. Now, Marion, we don't know if this is all true. If this is true, it's highly disturbing. First of all, generally speaking, if these allegations are true, is that something you've heard before? I think I just covered a case recently where there was an allegation where a parent came forward and said, you know, don't bring to light this. I think it was a stepmother accused of having sexual relations with her stepson, and the stepson was allegedly told by family members, don't say.
Heard far too many times in my career where abuse of a child, in particular sexual abuse of a child, is swept under the rug and is something that the family wants to deal with internally, or the family doesn't want publicized. And there's certainly a concern for, you know, public shame and other cultural considerations. But this is unfortunately not something that is new to hear.
If these allegations.
Okay, so did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and now this is from one of the leading sex crimes prosecutors in the country, and a law professor. All right, that's explaining to everybody when there's incest or molestation or rape, and it's usually involving family members. She's telling you that
the victim to protect the fucking scumbag.
Yeah, and in this case, this girl had repeatedly told counselors, people at her school, cops, and CPS workers that the father was doing this to her. And her grandmother, the father's mother, would convince the CPS people and all that stuff that there was nothing going on, and she would cover for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I wonder if she's been charged with anything.
No, that's a fucking common trait. That's what common say, you know what I mean? And the same thing with that fucking kid in Rhode Island. The mother lied for him.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
what when this popped across on my recommended videos, and I was listening to it because the headline caught my attention. I was wondering what was going on with the case, and I'm hearing this woman talk. It's literally what I explained countless times on here since we found out this information, and all these excuses that these people make up for this fucking guy. And this is what I want to bring up now that Maureen's here. I guess it's a good time to bring this up because it was spoken about on her show. I just got to be honest, she the Angela's on there, whatever, and she's basically. Did you guys listen to Maureen's show?
Last night, right? Yeah.
I
don't know what it was. It was probably within the last day or two. But she was they were like going back and forth on some she was playing something Angel said, and Angel was playing her thing and responded. It was some shit like that. But then the right winger went on Maureen's show to talk about some shit, right? And I'm listening to her call out Angel, saying that Mickey wouldn't have had these type of people on her show a year ago. She wouldn't associate or even talk to people or put people like this on her panel. And at first I like this guy. They're talking about the JT guy, and she says that. But once Google boy, parenthetical slayer over there, started digging up this information about him, she said that more and more stuff started coming out, and eventually, after you see this much stuff on a person, you got to believe that it's fucking true. And I saw it for what it was. And I can't believe she would have him on panel. And I'm sitting here like, aren't you the same fucking person that is friends with fucking the diddler and defends that guy and comes up with all these excuses? There's more documents, paperwork, and proof that he did that shit than anything I've heard about the fucking JT guy.
Yeah.
So I'm, nothing. And I like Maureen, obviously, the other one I don't care for at all. But I just found it very oxymoronic that she's up there literally describing the MRE, the diddler situation to the Jim Terry guy, when that guy is fucking way worse than anything I've seen or heard about the Jim Terry guy.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to this shit, just scratching my head like, what the am I really hearing this right now? Like, are you serious? You're talking about proof and more shit that comes out, and you can't associate with people with this shit on them. I'm just like, I must be living in a fucking Twilight Zone.
No, you're not. You know what you heard. and that's where they're at. They're crazy. They're crazy people.
I mean, you have to be to say something like that and defend that fucking scumbag out of all people. You know what I mean?
Uh,
That shit is fucking beyond me. I don't get that at all.
Everything is backwards in this fucking society nowadays, man.
yeah, grandma back in the line is fucking. She always been crazy.
Man, I mean, this shit is. These people around here saying that fucking. People won't cover up. They wouldn't lie about it. These people would be in jail. You can't just, make this stuff up and they wouldn't, do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, are you fucking people serious right now? Like, what world do you fucking live in? It's like common knowledge about this type of shit,
Simpleton, bro. They don't even know how to fucking debate. Their debate is like, oh yeah, but okay, but what are you? That's that debate, man. That's fucking rhyme with reason to nothing. It's just like, he's just lying. That's how they debate. They just make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just if they don't like the person that's saying it, they'll just discredit or disregard it just on that alone. But it's like,
Yeah,
how
it's like
can you
I'm
then?
not you are. That's that debate. No fucking nothing behind it. It's just childish. And look where it's coming from, man. That fucking woman's retarded.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
Boy,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan of her.
I mean, why
I
are we
like
even
I like
talking
more.
about
To
her
be
anymore?
clear,
She's
I like
just
Maureen,
fucking
just not the other
slow.
lady.
Yeah.
She's a slow person. I know a lot of people that are still in that life. Not I don't know them personally, but okay, I know people who know people that are in that life that fucking they don't even look at her. They laugh at her. She's just laughable. Look at her. She puts glasses on at 12 at midnight to fucking want to act like she's something she's not. Go back in the attic.
Get back upstairs.
Go back upstairs. Shrimp balls who got.
Where's my shrimp balls? None for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not tonight.
that's how the case. So the case finally got brought to attention and light on it because I think they have like a 1-year-old baby or something that was being neglected that needed to go to the hospital, and the diddler, the father there, was refusing to get care for the kids or whatever, and they got reported for it. And that's when they started investigating it. Why wouldn't you want to bring the kid there? Well, obviously, because the girl might say like, that's her fucking father, and realize
Yeah.
that that's his daughter and his what would be his granddaughter, but it's really his daughter too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
And obviously, all they have to do is run a DNA test or a swab or anything, and they'll be able
That's
to prove
it.
and convict the fucking guy. They wouldn't even need his DNA. They could do it with the daughter and the baby and shit because they both
Yeah.
have the father's DNA in them.
Yep.
Disgusting.
You think?
Yeah.
I just find it the more appalling thing that I find out is that the grandmother and the family members knew that this shit was going on and they helped them fucking cover it up and continue doing it. I mean,
That's
and that's the
the
part.
that's another thing. Listen, I hate to say this too. Italians do a lot of that shit too, when they have a fucking piece of shit in their family that's
And
doing stupid shit.
that's what.
Not my family, but I've known it. Like they cover up for a fucking piece of shit that's doing
Yeah.
some stupid stuff.
Yeah, if you go back and you listen to the show when I first did it, when we got the information to come out, that's literally something that I brought up and I said about that exact thing that you said, Frankie. Because that's something that we would do. You know what I mean? It happens all the fucking time.
It did, especially like in mob fucking circles when they had that fucking piece of shit kid in their family that was doing like not to that degree, but even fucking close to it. They covered. They weren't gonna put him they weren't gonna send it to the cops. I'll tell you that. But
Well, that was the craziest part is that when the diddler had his mom on there and he asked her like, "Oh, mom, did I do this?" And she's like, "No, he didn't do that." And Mickey's over there like, "I believe the mother. She wouldn't lie." Like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? You
yeah,
gotta be
no,
joking me right now.
All mothers lie for their sons. All mothers do that.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
he's definitely that kid with, like I said before, when it comes to fucking family affairs, that the moms are telling their kids stay away from him, come over here, come close to me.
Oh yeah.
He's that guy. He is the sickness in his family. You understand?
See, I didn't know that, Common. Because I was
Like,
literally just going to ask you, what's the mom's involvement?
come here, sit down next to me, sit down. You ever hear moms say that to their kids? You know, when they're fucking at parties and stuff, that's because these motherfuckers are around, you know.
Oh yeah, they don't want them. They don't want them sneaking away with them, putting their hands on them.
It does exist.
Yeah. What were you saying, Redhead?
So I let me backtrack a little bit. There's two people specifically that
Yeah.
my red flags went off when I first came into this community, and I never went into their chats. And we're talking about both of them, him and her. But going forward, I didn't know he had. Did he have his mom on his show one night, like basically defending
Yeah.
him or something? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Wow. Wow.
I forget exactly what happened, but I think he was with her and they were doing like a live stream in like the car or something, and it was around the time that a lot of this shit was getting brought up, and he basically asked her that question on stream, like,
I
"Mom, did I
guarantee
do this?"
you.
You know what I mean? Like, what is the mom gonna tell everybody in the world that you fucking did this
Yeah,
shit? I mean, what are you fucking
exactly.
kidding
Way to
me?
put her on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then to make matters worse, it's like hypothetically, let's just say it is true, and the mother knows it. Like she's on there, lying for you because she can't tell the truth because people are gonna be looking at her like you covered for this guy and allowed this shit to fucking happen. So
Yeah.
she better fucking believe you and say no that she doesn't believe happened. Because what do you think he went and told her that he fucking did it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what
Wow.
do you
He
what do you
shit
think
on he shit
he
on
went
his
and
own
got
mom by
convicted of
doing
it?
that.
Oh yeah, he put it right on Front Street, and then it's like,
Uh,
what do you think
Yeah.
after this whole thing, the accusations came and the restraining orders, all this stuff? He went over to dinner and got a chicken pot pie and told her what he fucking did. Like, of course not. You know what I'm saying?
Now he coached his own mom on that one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
You know, hey
to
mom,
me.
I
remember
did.
this
I
news about me years ago? Well, I'm gonna bring something up, but I want you to tell him the truth. You know.
Yeah, to me,
That's
it's just sickening that I heard that comment being made yesterday on that show that I'm listening to, and she's saying this, and I'm just like, she's literally describing a situation with the diddler and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and trying to compare it to this fucking dude. You know what I mean? Just because they like one guy and don't like the other guy for whatever reason. This is what these
man.
people do. So you got that just goes to tell me that these people lack fucking morals and ethics and principles and shit, because you can't be that dead set in your convictions and how you feel about certain situations in regards to one person, but the other person's got way worse fucking shit, and you'll defend them and be buddy buddy with them. That just makes no sense to me. I don't understand that at all.
Don't make no sense.
Fucking crazy. And if people
Yeah.
don't think that this shit happens all the time, you got another thing coming. You need to open your eyes, and it happens all the
That's
fucking
it,
time.
yeah. Yeah. In Providence areas, fucking like yeah, it does happen.
And it happens far more often than you would even think it does. That lady was explaining that on the interview that she did, because the guy
that's
was
so
asking her,
strange to
how
me.
common, how you said, how common is it that a person's brought up and prosecuted for incest or molestation, rape with the family members, and the lady was like, hardly never prosecuted for that exact fucking reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't know, that shit just gets me hot, man. That shit fucking really pisses me off.
and that's the cases we know about. How about the cases that like just they don't talk about it? It happens. That shit happens.
I mean, look at the shit they do with these guys at the Catholic
You know,
Church.
when the
These
girl don't
fucking
speak up. When the girl don't speak up and the girl puts up with that for fucking all her life. You know, we don't know about that shit, but it happens, believe that.
Well, yeah. Look at this case right here. The baby that they have, I think, is either just turned 1 or is barely 1 years old. The girl, I think, is like 21 or 22 right now, and they have 3 other kids. And this shit's been going on since she was 9 years old. So it's been going on for at least 12 years.
Yeah, you tell me they didn't know, the family didn't know about it.
Well, yeah,
No, they knew.
the
They
girl
knew.
is the girl is admitting on her fucking Facebook post and
Yeah,
to answer
sure.
questions that not only did her grandmother know, that her grandfather, when he found out, didn't even look surprised, like he already knew that's what was going on and he didn't fucking do nothing about it. And she was reporting the guy to her guidance counselors, to people in school who are mandated reporters, by the way, that have to file shit if they hear anything like that about a kid, and then the CPS workers and law enforcement, and continue to do this shit for 12 more fucking years. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you want to talk about the system failing somebody? I mean, this girl. I mean, that's just. Oh my god, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure the next press conference we see is, West Virginia is overhauling their CPS system and, all that typical bullshit when something
Oh,
like
there's
that.
gonna be people that get fucking fired and probably sued over this shit. You better believe that.
They
Oh
need to.
yeah.
Need to be. They need to be.
They need to be held accountable.
The family was like
Yeah.
what, like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of people, like fucking rednecks and shit.
Well, yeah, I mean they're from West Virginia. I mean, there's I'd say that's about as mountain. That's about as mountain.
I mean, that's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
Fucking Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre type of fucking weirdos in the woods. Fucking
Isn't that where the Whitakers are from, Common?
yeah,
West
exactly.
Virginia?
Almost forgot about them. They're inbred too.
Oh, what makes
Oh,
you
yeah.
think the way they might squeal?
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe he put his mom on blast like that. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it live, but I saw it and heard. People told me that that's what happened. They were talking about it. So,
Man, you know what though? Like when people come on this fucking like these platforms, they must think that their life is just nobody's gonna do nothing to them. Because look at this fucking guy's pedigree. Look at this guy that people hate this motherfucker. He has a lot of fucking suspicious charges under him, but he thinks he's untouchable because he could talk into a fucking phone.
100%.
I mean, what the fuck, bro? You really think you're fucking that untouchable? You
He
know?
definitely does. He's been able to get away with it. He's been able to get away with it, apparently.
And do
So
you remember that
he probably
little shit?
figures, what do these people think? You know what I mean? I make
Yeah,
them laugh. I'm funny.
yeah, he thinks he's very comfortable talking to a phone, but that you see that little fucking bit when he tries to talk to the cops because he thinks that he was gonna get his fucking head wrong, right there when he was picketing over there. What was it? Whatever the fuck
Oh
was
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Call the cops. They're making big threats. They're gonna come back.
And he was very scared. He was
Oh, he
very
was
scared.
nervous. Yeah, he was
He was
nervous for
very,
sure.
very scared when those fucking two jock kids fucking told him where the fuck to
I
go
just,
with his bullshit.
yeah, I just hope that people, hear some of that video and hear what that, the expert prosecutor and shit saying that is a law professor and she's speaking about it and stuff like that. So maybe they don't like hearing it from me. They can hear it from somebody that's got nothing to do with it, saying it out of their mouth since you didn't want to hear it or listen to me when I said it.
Great point. Great point. Yeah, great point. You're getting the experts explaining how families fucking go to bat for these fucking
Yep.
predators, and why and it's the old thing. Moms protect these fucking cocksuckers. That they don't like what they're doing, but they also don't want them to get their fucking a knife through their area. So they go about their ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
sad,
what's
man. It's a
strange
sad
to
fucking
me.
reality.
I'm an only child, so I'm kind of a mama's boy. But my mom would disown me. Like, she wouldn't even have to think twice. Like, if that shit was,
Yeah,
coming up and like, there's no way she would defend me.
you
She
think,
couldn't
right?
stand that.
Well,
You think
that's
She
the issue.
wouldn't.
That's
Yeah.
the issue, though, is that realistically, in most cases, like I would agree with you, but at the same time, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree.
You would think that your parent would do the right thing, but at the same time, if you're an only child and that mother cares about you and doesn't want to see something happen to you, they might fucking look the other way just because they don't even want to believe that it's true themselves either. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They might have
Yeah, I
they might
can
have
see that.
themselves convinced. It's not like, you got to remember a lot of these things, the people never get caught red-handed. They do this shit in private. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
yeah,
Right.
by the time the victim in these cases comes forward and tells them what happened, a year's already passed, 3 years has already passed. They don't just come out the day that it happens and tell them when they got back from Uncle Bad Touch's house what just happened to them as soon as they get home. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's never physical evidence or DNA or none of that because these people aren't going home and telling them what happened right fucking away unless they get caught red-handed in the act, which is hardly ever. You know?
Mom's point of view is, yeah, he's a little weird. We know that already, but why he's picking on him? He would never do something like that. That's the way they look at it. But they know their fucking kids are fucked up. Every mother knows their kids fucked up like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. For sure. And like I
100%.
said,
It just doesn't happen. It just
and
doesn't happen. But they put it in their head. They try to fucking embed it that it's not going on.
yeah, and I just want to make one thing clear that I'm not by any means calling the mother a liar or saying anything about the mother. I'm saying she might actually believe that he didn't do it. He might, 'cause obviously he ain't gonna admit it. So I don't think that she's lying when she said it. She just doesn't know the truth because he ain't gonna fucking tell her that. You know? I just maybe if people listen to or if Maureen go back and listen to what Angela was saying on your show, she sounded fucking crazy when she was making those comments. I mean, crazy. That was the wildest shit I've ever heard in a while.
You know what's crazy is this dude had 3 kids with his daughter. Like, weren't questions being asked when she got pregnant the first time? Like, the obvious question is, who's the father? Like, can you imagine how she felt? Oh
Well,
my god.
well, a lot of the time in these cases, they don't even go to the hospital that give birth or nothing like that. This is all done like at home and shit because they try to cover all their bases. They don't want
Yeah,
them
they get breaking them with the
talking to
turtle
people.
pool.
You know?
I'm not being funny. That's how. Yeah, look. Okay, so remember that guy who kidnapped that kid at 11 years old?
Yeah, the Smart case, Elizabeth Smart case.
No, it wasn't that one. The one in California. I know that one you're talking about, where she had 2 kids with this fucking crap, this fucking piece of shit. It was out of California, and
Mm.
the girlfriend helped kidnap this kid too, but they
Oh yeah,
had the
yeah.
kid.
I know what case you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Is that
Yeah,
the one where they
and
kept her under the bed? There was
well,
one in California where this might be a different one.
No,
they
this is a different one. The girlfriend knew all about it and was like helping him and
helped
shit like
kidnap the
that.
kid. They had 2 kids,
Mm-hmm.
2 girls together. Oh fuck, I forgot the guy's name. He had an Italian last name. And how they found out was he went to get some kind of fucking assistance for the 2 kids, and they went to his social services, and the woman found something really rare about the fucking meeting, and she called the cops, and they found out that was a girl that was missing for like 15 years or 16 years, and that he had raped whatever. And they had 2 kids together. What the fuck was that case? It was a big case too. The girl, shit. She was like 11 or 12 when and then 25 when she got picked. They found her again. She was considered dead. You know what I mean? You don't remember that case?
No, yeah, I
I
remember. Yeah,
don't.
I remember it.
And
They
and
arrested the
and
girlfriend. They arrested the girlfriend and shit too.
oh, they're both still in jail forever. But um, they she gave birth to both her kids in a Mr. Turtle pool.
Yeah, basically
They
like a
didn't
kiddie
give
pool.
them yeah, the kiddie pool, and then she had the 2 kids, but she at one point she was Stockholm syndrome out. So they allowed her to walk certain places, and she wouldn't call the authorities or nothing. Actually, she was afraid of she she got adapted to the lifestyle that she had with her 2 daughters, and it was a social service person that found that to be a little bit weird. And they looked her up, and that was a girl that was missing for fucking years. Which one is?
Yeah,
Is
and I
that
think
JC Dugard?
Yep, there you go.
Tracy Duggard. Yeah, the girl I think for a long time was either like even like you said Stockholm syndrome. She was like sympathetic to the situation and content with what
Yeah,
was going on. And I don't
yeah,
even
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think one of the other issues is that the girl wasn't like educated at all. The woman could tell like there was something off with with her herself because she's been kidnapped since she was 10 or whatever.
Yeah, she got yeah, 11 years
So
old. She has 2 kids.
yeah, so they were only taught like basic, probably like homeschool and stuff. Her mind and everything was stunted to that age. So I'm sure if she had contact or tried to speak to anybody, they knew something was fucking off.
Can you imagine though? I get it. They're her daughters and stuff. You know, maternal instincts. I don't get them. Obviously I'm a male, but can you imagine loving two kids that you conceived by somebody who fucking just
R-worded, yeah. Well,
violated you, you know?
that's what the major debate over the abortion is and shit. Because a lot of that has to do with victims of sex crimes that wind up getting pregnant by their abusers. And what do you want to do? Bring a kid into the world that was due to the R word, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about the most fucked up situation that
Fucking
I could think of.
We're talking about serious shit that he comes up with this fucking. Look at his comment. Look at that guy's comment.
Oh, I can't see. What does it say?
He says, "I bet she didn't know that Michael Leonardo didn't paint the Mona Lisa."
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that fucking guy's crazy.
Yeah, he thought Joey D'Angelo painted the Sistine Chapel.
Joey's Angelo.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Michael Leonardo.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
Game show night.
I just wanted to bring that up because I just saw it a little while ago and I thought it was interesting and maybe people fucking needed to hear that.
Well, here's my take on it, Common, and I totally get what you're doing, by saying, well, people don't want to hear it from me, they can hear it from an expert. I think, unfortunately, with a lot of these people that we see on here, that we're never going to change their minds, for whatever reason they're stuck in whatever reason they want to die on that hill.
Well, that's the thing, I don't want to be cliche and do the typical, like, oh, if I can only change one person's fucking mind, because obviously at the end of the day, that doesn't really mean shit, especially on here.
Yeah,
right.
And whether or not the person is, even if after hearing that or really thinking about it, believes that actually did fucking happen, I don't expect them to come on here and say anything or call the people out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I think a lot of these people realize it. A lot of these people realize it, Common. They just won't say anything,
Well, and that's why I kind of got irritated when I was listening to that shit before, with her complaining about the guy that's up there, and I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me right now. Like, you're going after this guy when the other guy is somebody you defend and make up excuses for, and you're attacking this guy over this shit. Like, I don't fucking get it. To me, it's Carlos said it best. It's fucking bizarro world. Really
somebody got a TV going on in the background or a radio or something. Frank?
No, that ain't no. I got that one. Hey, Sweat, Nightmare, Templar, and Bungo Fungo.
Ooh,
No, I don't
Fungo what? Who the fuck is
How do you say? Bungo
Bonk Funk MC.
Oh, Bonk Funk. Yeah, Bonk Funk. What's up, man?
Yeah, Bonk Funk's in the chat. I'm gonna have to reach out to him. Good dude.
Yeah, this YouTube is definitely fucking fantasy land, that's for sure. You can come on here and fucking make up a whole persona and character and fucking play out your wildest fantasies on here.
Yeah, Maureen wants to ignore the fact that we dated.
That's not right, man.
She gotta get over that.
Yeah, Frank. Baby, come back.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But she's got to make. I gave her an ultimatum tonight. You ready, Cotton?
What's up?
If you're the Angela or me.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I think I know the answer to that one.
Well, something else I found funny too, right? When I was listening to that, because after I listened to that show, I saw that Angel did some type of like response or whatever and posted it, so I wanted to see what the fuck she was talking about. So I went over and I listened to some of what Mickey was saying, and man, she's the fucking perpetual victim, boy. Oh my god, that lady don't take accountability for fucking anything. Never. It's incredible. Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. I'm listening to the shit she's saying. I'm just scratching my head like, are these people fucking for real right now?
She looks like Shrek with glasses.
Huh?
Shrek. She looks like Shrek with glasses.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's
I'm tired of her. I'm telling you right now, if I have to make a show about her on my show, I will.
well, the
And
worst part is I don't know if you heard it or not, but she's basically telling uh Angela and Maureen that she doesn't give a fuck about, whatever friendship that they had, based on X, Y, and Z, and she never saw it more than whatever this internet shit basically was. I don't know exactly what she was getting at, but at one point she's basically insinuating that she believes that they're jealous that she has a successful show right now and she doesn't need them to like come on panel or do shows with, that
Oh
she
my
has kind of like a
god.
new crowd over there. and
Yeah.
and 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 Mickey tells them, you know I'm not just a channel on YouTube, I'm a business. And then starts talking about the money that she's fucking making on here, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's fucking nuts.
she's always being fucking like what do you call it?
She's the same.
You know,
Look,
this by her family. You know what I mean? That's now she's like, I'm smart. Look at me. I'm Frida Gotti. I'm
well,
smart.
Well, the thing is that she's the same person that from day one claims that she never cared about making a dollar on here. She wasn't on here for the money. She
Yep.
only come on here to defend her family, and now she gets into a situation where she gets into a fight with people that were nothing but loyal to her and had her back. We're trying to look out for the best interest, and regardless what happened between them is between them, obviously. But you're gonna turn around and then talk about how you're making money and you're happy and you don't give a fuck because you're a business now, like. That to me is fucking, that says all anybody needs to know, in my opinion.
Nah, comment. You know what it is? Everybody in her family fucking. They do something like Victoria.
Exactly. Yep.
She read a book. She did whatever
She's
whatever
getting
Julie
5 minutes, five
through.
minutes of fame
Yeah,
to be
15
and
minutes of
to have her
fame.
own.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically her way of finally having her own
Yeah, yeah,
thing, right, Frankie?
yeah. Right, exactly. Even if the fucking young one, the Peter one, has to extort fucking and do whatever he's got to do for fucking peasants in Howard Beach, he still does it. And she never had an out. She never had a way, so she felt left out. Instead, finally, she has a channel to fucking tell her family, "Look what I'm doing." Like, yeah, what I mean, that's what it is. She's not that bright. You know what? I might even fucking do a show on her on my show.
Well, I'll tune in.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll donate.
no matter who she was, what she was, we'll have people on there. Um, always in the fucking background, and now who does this kind of stuff that she's doing. We'll even platform the
Well, you
fact
can
that she had. Well, you know me, I don't
you
bullshit.
can listen. You can extrapolate back on this situation based on that one comment she said about how she's not just a YouTube channel, that she's a business and she's making money on here. She's happy with the people she has and doesn't care about them because she wasn't making money or doing that when she was friends with them, basically. You know what I mean? So she doesn't need them anymore. You know,
Right,
I
or her
just
being a fucking victim impact person. She's all about these fucking people who are about their parents or their family members who have gotten killed in the past without going after the people her father killed. And you could have a field day with that to show the fucking intelligence level of where she's at.
yeah, the hypocrisy is crazy.
It's really bad. It's really bad. I mean, if you break it down, it's awful. And I mean, not for nothing, I'll get a lot of ratings for it too. And just showing how stupid she is.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah,
No.
my demographic is people from the other side of Queens that don't like her to begin with. So I'm just feeding the fire. You know what I mean? They were like, we didn't like her anyway. Even people who are fucking made or in the family today. I don't, obviously, I'm not like anybody else. I don't talk to people that are still involved. But I know people that are still involved. You get it? And they don't like them. So I'm just making it fucking very hard for her. I don't want to do that, but at the same time, the more she says stupid shit, the more I want to. You get it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you feel compelled to at
Hey,
that point. I get it.
you
And I
know,
feel
Marine.
bad for Maureen and Casper Rosa and not
Not
really the other one because I don't care about her particularly, but it is what it is. I feel as though she's on there playing victim too. Like she brought
Oh,
up that thing.
she's another ball licker. She was the other day. She was like, "What's up, Nightmare?" She's another ball licker. The other day she was like, "And what they said about Joey Marina, all such a Joey Marino person, because now she's not on Angel's side, so she's just a fucking a trollop. That's all she is." I believe now that she actually did go visit 3 different people in jail because that's what she does. She's one of those.
Oh, it's definitely that mob groupie mentality for sure.
One of those
Like
gross. Jail.
half a gun mall,
Yeah, look, they'll be like, "Hey, look at this tapanage. She's over here already going to visit another guy. Who the fuck is he?" Yeah, that's what she is.
They were just joking.
I mean,
Yeah,
just when I thought that I heard it all on here. Not even close. I said just when I thought that I had heard it all on here, I get that dropped on my lap, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Bro, I just sit back and listen to that woman, and I pick her off like a fucking sniper. Bang, got that one. Bang, got that one. When she said that fucking thing about visiting 3 people in jail, I was like, oh, man. I go, who does that? And I've been in jail. First, and then she tried to backstep on that. Oh, and she has a husband. You know that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking flunky right there.
He sleeps on the couch.
Yeah, yeah. He can't even breathe anymore. Fucking Dusky.
You know what I found interesting though? Maureen brought up a good point the other night when Angel keeps on saying, "I never asked you to defend my family." But if somebody doesn't defend her family, then they sure as hell hear about it. It's like you can't win with her.
No. And that's the thing they get,
Yeah, everything's got to be her way too. Everything.
You were
And
talking
obviously everybody's disposable to her because look at what she's fucking done to everybody,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That's a shitty thing to say. That's a shitty thing to say. I never asked you to defend my family.
Yeah, sorry, man. The reason I keep pausing is I'm getting crazy feedback in my ear. Like I'm.
Somebody sounds like they got
a radio's on in the background.
Somebody's got something going on in the background.
It's Frankie. Mute Frankie real quick. It's Frankie. Yeah, it's Frankie.
What do I got? What happened?
You got like a TV going on in the background or something? Your microphone's picking up whatever's playing.
Oh yeah, it's him. Yeah.
How about that? Hold on.
Let's see. I still hear it. Oh, it's me talking in the background. I hear myself talking. It's muffled.
Somebody's got the YouTube app open then or something.
Yeah. Hold on. Maureen has to say something. She's finally coming clean to me.
Oh, it sounded like it stopped.
No, it's still there.
Nope, it's back. It's Frankie. You can see Frankie's circle lighting up when you hear the audio. See it?
Yeah, I muted him before. It's him.
Frank. You got to come back in, Frankie. You got to come back in, Frankie.
Yeah, you got the YouTube app open or something.
You got to close the YouTube app. No, close the YouTube app. You got the StreamYard.
Yeah, leave StreamYard open and close the YouTube app.
All right, hold on. I'll come back in. Hold on.
No, you don't have to come back in. Just close YouTube, Frankie.
Where's fucking YouTube?
You got an iPhone? Are you on an iPhone?
No.
He's on the computer. He's got to close the tab.
You got to close the tab. Close the YouTube.
Close the YouTube tab on your computer.
Yeah, just leave the StreamYard on. Close YouTube.
Hold on. Let me come back in. Let me try this. I know what you're talking about. Let me try it. Hold on.
No, he sounds fine.
How about now?
It's every time he stops talking.
How about now?
No, you got YouTube open, Frankie. You have to close the YouTube tab that the show is streaming from, not the StreamYard. If you're on a device or something like that, you got to just swipe up and close the
All right,
YouTube app.
send me a link on my
Yeah.
you know what to do, Gustin.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, send it to his phone or something so he can close that
Yeah,
shit.
I got you.
What
Sorry,
is the
guys. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but man, that sounds. I can't think straight. I'm
no? Well,
trying to
yeah,
listen to common talk, and yeah.
that's why I kept pausing when I'm talking, because I'm talking, then I'm hearing people talking in the background, and I can't even think straight. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out at first. Then I realized it has to be the YouTube app. People don't realize they need to close. You can't be on StreamYard and YouTube at the same time. You know, with the show that you're on anyway, you need to close YouTube and just be on StreamYard.
Yeah, I mean, Maureen, in response to the comment you made there, it the point that I'm bringing up has nothing to do with whether or not they were friends or how good of friends they were or anything like that. My point is that she's claiming that their relationship fell apart because because Angel was platforming this JT guy, and she's saying that, you know, she found out allegedly she found out horrible stuff about him, or whatever the fuck it was that she didn't like that the guy had done in the past, and that if enough people are telling you this and saying all this stuff, then, you know, you got to believe it, or otherwise if you don't, you'd have to be fucking crazy. And it's like, well, then why aren't you applying that to the diddler then?
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose and say, you know, I want to apply these rules to this person at this time when it suits my need, but I'm not going to apply these same rules and same standards to this person because I like them. That ain't how fucking things work. Well, on here it is. On YouTube land it is. That's how things work. But in fucking reality, that ain't how anything fucking works.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I was just making that point, you know.
Yeah, if she fell out of their good graces over there in that side of YouTube land, then where's she gonna go? You know, I guess some people are addicted to participating in the chat, whatever, and maybe she's one of those people. I don't know. And if she
Well, I
fell
mean,
out with
obviously,
the diddler, huh?
well, I mean, obviously not to the point where she's, you know, speaking out against Mickey and defending herself.
Yeah, well, she got no choice because Mickey's, not friends with her no more, so she ain't got nothing to lose. But if she talks shit about MRE, then he'll kick her to the curb, and then all his trolls will fucking kick her to the curb, and then where's she gonna be
Yeah,
then?
true.
You know,
Yeah,
she ain't gonna come around here.
well, and that's the thing too, because she was making allegations about Mickey being afraid of SoFlo or being afraid of other people. You know, that's why she allegedly won't. But she thinks that she should say something, or she was talking about striking his channel for something. I don't fucking know. I didn't even care about that part. I was just focused on the part when she was talking about her issue, like how the whole thing started. And I'm just sitting here like, well, then what's your explanation and your excuse for why you aren't applying these same logical principles and these, you know, ethics that you have to this fucking one person, when the other guy, from everything that I've seen and that I know personally, is fucking way worse than anything I've seen the JT guy say or do. I mean, what? Because he's made some distasteful jokes about certain shit that you might not have agreed with. Well, at least he ain't got paperwork saying he fucking diddled a kid. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're saying she's basically saying that the JT guy is bad, and he's X, Y, and Z because he's attacked people's children or said something about people's children or handicapped people or some shit like that, whatever the case may be. And it's like, okay, so you don't like something the guy said. Well, at least the guy wasn't fucking diddling a fucking 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even comparable, these two fucking things. So if you have that big of an issue with something somebody said on a show that was being facetious or trying to be funny, even if you think it was in bad taste, ain't got no comparison to the shit that we know about this motherfucker. Not even close.
Well, that's the whole thing. They're all about people that fit their own narrative. You know what I mean? If they fit their narrative, they could do whatever the fuck they want.
That shit is just crazy.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
that's how they roll. It's crazy.
It's that what is that selective fucking outrage? Is that what you
Selective,
want to call it?
selective something.
Yeah, selective outrage, where they only apply these things to certain people when they needed to apply because they need an explanation for X, Y, and Z, and it's just like what the fuck.
Yep.
Hey
I
guys,
can't
I
even
gotta
believe.
jump down.
All right, Red.
All right. Thanks, Red.
Have a good one,
Yeah,
brother. Good talking
Thank
to
you,
you.
brother.
I'm gonna speak on this comment, but I'll speak to you privately about it. I got something that I just want to throw out there for you, but I'll reach out to you privately. But
Oh yeah,
anyway,
you
Gunsmoke,
got
thanks for having me
you
on.
got my number. Shoot me text.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Yeah, because I
Take it
didn't
Frank,
get
easy,
a new phone
bro.
a
always a
little while
pleasure.
ago. I lost a lot of my contacts, so just text me so I know it's you.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. All right,
All right.
guys, thanks for having me up.
Thanks,
Gunsmoke.
Red.
You guys have a good night, and I'll
Yeah,
listen when
man.
I can. All right. Bye.
All right, Red. You too. Good talking to you, man. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, fucking crazy. That's yeah. I don't know, man. I don't even pay attention to that woman.
I know.
Yeah.
I usually ignore it. I just happen to watch it because the shit popped
Yeah,
up in the
same,
feed. The
yeah, my
title
friend
looked
is into that.
interesting, so I
Yeah.
want to find out. I'm trying to find out what was going on and hear their explanations for whatever their falling out was. And then I hear her say that, and I'm just like, she can't be serious right now, right? I
Uh,
mean, what in the fuck?
yeah, it's like a fucking. It's weird, like a double-edged sword. Like I kind of agree with Angel when it comes to going against Angela, because who's the lesser of the two evils? You know what I mean? That other guy didn't do nothing fucking like as predatory as that other motherfucker apparently did. You know. So who the fuck do you like if she don't talk to fucking Angel no more, she usually fuck so she wants to get her back by going to talk to a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, pretty much.
You understand what I mean? That's like that Rosso guy when he says, I was mad at Joey Testa.
Yeah, so he sat with the
So I
chomos. Yeah.
started
Oh,
to
yeah.
pedophiles. That's exactly the same fucking thing. That's another scumbag right there, by the way.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
on the fucking chat. I was giving it to him pretty good. I go, motherfucker, when were you singing Lady Gaga on the fucking end of the expressway, fucking high on meth, and you talking about how much of a tough guy you are? This is to you, Martha. From the movie. I go, you fucking Finook.
He ran into a field screaming for Lee Cole. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, by playing with his prick. Lee Cole!
I mean, yeah,
Stop it.
what he did is akin to somebody, getting chemo medication because they're tired of shaving their head. That's how fucking ridiculously stupid it is.
Dude, that guy was so
The
fucked up.
fuck?
He was singing that song from fucking the Lady Gaga movie. I guess
Really?
Met. Yeah, I swear, right? Yeah, at the end of the fucking road, he goes, "This is for you, Martha. This is your song." And then he wants to act up and shit like that, right?
Mm,
Yeah, his way of getting back at fucking gangsters is going to sit down with pedos. What the fuck is that about?
I have no idea.
He's a real man.
It's a real
Yeah,
man right there.
well, he showed
Hey,
them.
hey, Frankie,
He
he really
showed
showed
them.
him, huh? He really showed him.
Oh yeah. Oh, good for you. What's
Yeah,
next? Stick your dick up your ass.
yeah. Next he's gonna fuck one of them.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Look, I can suck my cock.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
I don't know the JT guy. I don't really know nothing about him besides little shit that I seen on here, people said or whatever. But I don't got a problem or an issue one way or the other. He ain't said nothing about me, so I ain't
Yeah,
got
you
nothing to say.
know exactly.
But trying to justify your failed relationship or broken relationship with a friend over this guy based on the reasons that you gave is fucking insane because you defend and stick up for somebody that is a documented fucking diddler, bro. Like what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I'm French with him now. And then now she brings Joe Molino. She always had the hot for Joe Molino. She wants to lick his ass. So she's like this. But yeah, forget her. That slob should fucking she'll go fucking she'll deep throat a fucking Philly cheesesteak in front of him. If that's what it takes.
Fucking
Nah,
the
yeah,
chicken,
she
the chicken and
bro.
cheese.
Bro, there's nobody's gonna fucking take that out of my mind. That fucking woman is nothing but a mob groupie slob, okay? Hey, ain't nobody gonna fucking take that away from me. All right, God, Jesus Christ would come off the cross and said, "Hey, be nice to Angela because she's not a groupie." I got to tell God, Jesus, not for nothing. You got to go back on the course.
Yeah,
Shit.
then she brought up some shit about the Romano situation when she started like giving the dude money and going in his chat, this and that, when he was attacking FBS and his family or whatever. And
Yeah.
she was trying to say that oh, that's not true. That's not why I went in there and gave him money. It was because we were from the same area or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, oh my God, come on, cut the fucking shit. We know damn well what the fuck you were doing in there because they've admitted it to doing it with other people before.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. How about she goes? Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I mean, yeah, then they're all playing victim. They've never done nothing to fucking nobody. They've never deserved any of this. And I'm like, holy shit, man, what the fuck?
Right.
This is
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, and then
But
she got the
anyways,
fucking. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna switch up this thing. Go ahead, be good.
Nah, then she got that fucking that fucking going nude, that fucking husband of hers or whatever.
Well,
The lies that we can give right
I don't
now.
know the guy, so I'm not gonna say nothing about him. But
Oh, she goes to go visit 3 fucking different guys in jail, and he's okay with it.
well, she said that
Maybe
she
he
did that
doesn't know.
when he was married.
Huh?
He did it when they was married or something.
Well, they've been married for like 30 years. It's supposed to happen like 10 years ago.
Oh, damn. Oh, I didn't know that.
And
The fuck.
Poor guy.
no, can you believe what they're saying about me?
Yes.
My husband would beat their ass.
Yeah, he'd beat my ass, all right.
Oh yeah, what do you think, Smoke? I told you the Karen Reed would be found not guilty.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah. Shit case. So
What do you
now,
think
You
about it?
know what they did? They overcharged. If they would have charged her with fucking involuntary manslaughter, they probably would have got her there on that one. I mean,
No, they did. They did. That was one of the jury instructions. She could have committed manslaughter while operating under the influence.
but they did charge you with murder too, though, right?
That was one of the other counts that they could have convicted her on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what fucked up the whole case. That's what they do all the time.
no, but that's not what happened in this case though. This case right here was straight, flat out fucking corruption and cover up, like point blank. Period.
Yeah, huh?
Listen,
I don't.
once you
I
get
don't.
once you get police officers that commit perjury on the stand, you get police officers
Oh,
that get
you got,
fired.
you got a case. You got a case.
Yeah, once you get a detective that's fired during the investigation of the case because of misconduct that they're doing, and you see evidence that's been planted at the scene days later afterwards, and there's Ring doorbell camera surveillance from the night that was working all the way up until midnight that mysteriously got deleted after 12 o'clock when this guy allegedly passed away and died in front of the house that the camera would have caught. I mean, come on. You had people, one of the people in the house, one of the women, at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, Googled how long does it take a person to die from hypothermia in, freezing weather or whatever. Now, why the fuck would they be looking that up?
yeah. But those
They
guys are gonna
found
get, they're not gonna be put on trial for that. They got away with it.
That Michael
no.
Nobody's
Jackson.
gonna
Well,
solve that case.
this is the thing. This is the
Yeah.
thing that I'm gonna tell you right now. It's good that there's a lot of YouTube channels and people on social media and different platforms that have been covering this case gavel to gavel and did the first one, because otherwise, how can I say it? Like, otherwise, I would agree with you that nothing might happen after this. Obviously, they can't charge her again. It'll be double jeopardy. But there's been so much public attention and media attention and people in the public that are interested in the outcome of this case that they might pressure. You can pressure the FBI and send them letters. The family could, to tell them, hey, we want to find out if she didn't do it. We want to get a full investigation because during the trial, we heard all this exculpatory evidence and Brady material that pointed away from her. So we want to know what actually happened. And they need to
Right.
put pressure on the people in that house and maybe get somebody to fold and give them immunity to tell them what fucking actually happened that night.
Well, the guy was a cop too, so what the fuck?
A bunch of them are. That's
Yeah.
the whole problem too, right there. That's part of the issue.
Then Michael Dowd did it.
Like,
What's that?
maybe.
Michael
you think Dowd did
Dowd.
it? You said, listen,
Suck on that asshole.
what I think honestly happened is what I honestly think happened is what I said the first time I come on. You know, they got into some fight inside because the guy had bad blood with the other guy because he had a thing for that Karen Reed chick, which was his girlfriend. They wind up having words and get into it. You know, they've been drinking all night. He cracks him in the head with something in the kitchen. I don't know what the fuck they used. I have no idea. And the guy probably thought when he hit him with that shit and the guy collapsed, he probably thought that he fucking killed him. But during the melee of the fight, the dog bit the guy several times. There's evidence of it all over the guy's fucking body.
Yeah, the canine holes.
What's that?
The canine holes. The canine marks.
Canine
The
what?
dog bit him.
Yeah, the German Shepherd. They had a German Shepherd. Yeah, the dog bit him
Yeah, they
multiple
talked
fucking
about
times.
that.
Yeah, but the prosecution in the case tried covering it up, and they're trying to claim that, you know, Karen Reed backed up and hit this guy on the fucking top of his head, wherever it was, with this car. And when they originally went to the scene and looked up to collect evidence around the body, first of all, instead of the detective bringing out the forensics people to come out and you know, corner off the crime scene and do everything accordingly, the guy sent somebody somewhere to go get bags. They took a leaf blower out of the fucking garage to blow the snow around. Like, you can't do that shit. Like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
people doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What a crazy fucking case.
Yeah, you just contaminated the whole fucking scene. And on top of it, they had no pieces of broken taillight or anything during the original investigation. It wasn't until days later that all of a sudden they found 30 some odd pieces of fucking broken taillight. But when the experts went through and looked at the taillight to try to reconstruct the part that they she was allegedly missing out of her corner taillight, there was too many fucking pieces and they came from 3 different cars. So obviously the cops had to plant that evidence. How do you get 3 different cars, broken fucking taillights at a fucking murder scene if this lady didn't hit him with her car, which she obviously didn't hit? Huh?
What was it, New Hampshire or something? What state?
No, it was in Mass. It was right outside of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that, like I said, the people at the home deleted Ring door camera footage after 12 o'clock, before the time of the murder, and the Karen Reed chick was back at her house and her boyfriend's house using the Wi-Fi when the cops and detectives are claiming that the murder's being occurred at the house. You can't be in 2 places at the same time.
Yeah.
And not only that, the broken taillight that Karen Reed had on her car, she got, which they have on video, when she backed up out of the house that she was at with the boyfriend. She hit a car and reversed right into it, and that's how she broke the taillight at her house, not at the fucking crime scene. It's on fucking videotape. They have a video of her backing the car up into another car. That's how she got the broken taillight.
So, you tell me that if she doesn't have good lawyers,
she gets fucked.
Wow, that's scary. That's scary.
That's the justice system. See?
If she didn't have, listen, if that woman didn't have the money and the means to hire a defense team that was going to fight for her and fight for her innocence, knowing that she was innocent, she would have been fucking railroad and doing fucking at least 20 to life right now.
Wow.
Without a shadow of fucking doubt in my mind. Not to mention that, listen to this shit. I don't know, because I don't know how much you guys paid attention to the trial. One of the expert witnesses for the prosecution that was testifying to the motor vehicle portion of the murder and shit like that, the reconstruction person, he lied about his credentials to the fucking prosecution and to the court, claiming that he had all these degrees and passed all these classes and graduated fucking from this college. The motherfucker never even went to school, never even graduated college, and didn't have any of these fucking classes that he fucking took. And it all came out on the witness stand.
That's incredible.
I mean, how fucking crazy is that? So you're going to tell me the special prosecutor they brought in, and the guy that they brought in is a really prolific fucking defense attorney. They brought him in as a special prosecutor to prosecute the retrial in this case. And I lost a lot of respect for this guy because during portions of the cross-examination with witnesses, he was intentionally lying to the witness in front of the fucking jury, knowing that the shit that he was saying wasn't fucking true. And none of these guys are going to they're not going to hold the fucking prosecution accountable for doing that. The judge was fucking biased as hell. And not to mention the fact, the judge is the aunt of one of the people that was at the house during the fucking murder.
Wow.
That's a fucking conflict of interest. I mean, how the fuck is the sitting judge related to people involved possibly in the case?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing is
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't have money for a fucking lawyer, she's fucked.
Oh, completely screwed. And you got to remember too that a lot of that money that she did have, because I think she was in the finance industry. She was like a financial expert. She was also a finance professor at Bentley College, which was a good school. And
Uh-huh.
she had her own money. She owned like 3 properties. She was very well off, but she had to sell a bunch of her properties to fight to fight the first trial, which I think cost her probably anywhere between, I'd say, $250,000 and $500,000 to fight that case. The first one. The second one, I don't know if they did it pro bono because she was doing interviews and trying to raise money for her retrial for her defense, which is why she was doing the interviews in between the trials so she can get paid to raise money to pay her lawyers.
Wow.
So if she didn't have those means and she wasn't in the position that she was in, she'd be fucking doing 20 life right now without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. And that's how fucked up that shit is. That's not right.
No.
That's not right.
Guys, I'm out.
All right, Frank.
All right,
I'm falling asleep. Yeah. Good night. Love you guys. Great show. Great show. And Maureen, if you're listening, dump Angela. We're not talking to you. All right.
Later,
All
Frank.
right, Frankie.
Thank you, brother.
Later, guys. Later.
Well, Smoke, you want to hear something? You want to hear something else that's fucking nutty?
What's up?
There's another trial that's coming up right now that's in the same place in Canton with the same corrupt detectives involved in that are involved in this next case that's coming out, this conspiracy with the cop that murdered this woman.
Murdered a woman? What, during a traffic stop?
No, I think it was his girlfriend or some shit like that.
Oh. So there's something going on in that town. That whole police precinct is the same precinct?
Yep. Same town, same cops, everything, man. Same court, the whole nine.
So they gotta do something about that. Where the fuck is Eternal Affairs?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I think that there's been enough attention to the case and enough people doing videos and content on it that I think that it's going to force the FBI's hand to do an investigation and bring Internal Affairs into it to look at it and find out what the fuck is going on here because they got problems.
They're out of control. It sounds like, yeah.
Oh, big time.
These small town fucking cops.
It's fucking crazy.
But yeah, I guess Karen Reed deserved to get off. They had a shit case there. Too much shady shit going on. So I'm glad it worked out in her favor. Without
a doubt. She was. And here's the thing: is that in the United States, we're afforded the right. Well, we're supposed to be afforded the right of being presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Obviously, we know that that's not true, and you're guilty, and then you have to prove your innocence at court, unfortunately. But the one thing is that we have is that in a criminal case, unlike a civil case, which has a lower burden of proof, in a civil case, it's only by a preponderance of the evidence, which she's going to be having to go through and fight a civil case next because the family is still suing her for liability for his death.
And they could win.
And they could win.
Well, they did the same to OJ. Yeah.
And you remember last time I was on what I told you this case reminded me of?
OJ?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many similarities. Obviously, it's not to the extent and the magnitude of how big the OJ case was because of who he was, obviously. But in regards to everything else with planted evidence, police lying on the stands, conspiracy, what looks like cover-ups, and dishonest forensics people and experts and shit that came forward, it's the same reason why 12 jurors, the only people that heard that whole case gavel to gavel, found OJ not guilty. They heard all the evidence.
It was the glove, man.
And they were you got to remember too is that jury was sequestered. They were sequestered during the whole duration of that trial, so they couldn't read the tabloids, they couldn't watch the news or the media, listen to the pundits speaking about anything that went on in the court or the case or their responses to it or their beliefs. So they weren't tainted or affected by it like a lot of these other cases wind up happening that are all over the media getting covered every day. It's hard. It's almost impossible to get a fair trial these days.
Yeah. New York, they just let you go.
Well, no, I mean in like a high profile case, like a murder case that's making, not just local news but throughout the country.
Yeah.
Because overseas, I'm pretty sure in England and some other parts of Europe, when somebody's being accused of a crime and they're on trial or awaiting trial, there's a gag order, and media outlets aren't allowed to cover it or speak about it, do anything. So their jury pool isn't tainted by the media and shit like that before the person goes to trial. And I think that they need to do that shit here.
Well, we need some sort of change because this shit is, I don't know. Just depending on how much you spend on a fucking lawyer is going to decide whether you get away you get off on a case or not. That's fucked up. And
It definitely is, but unfortunately, that's how it works. You know,
yeah,
it's a sad reality.
but it worked in her favor this time. So, but we'll see what happens with the civil case.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that I feel as though in a situation with a murder or something like that, if the person isn't convicted on any type of charges pertaining to the actual crime in and of itself, even being a participant, taking part in whatever the case may be, they shouldn't be allowed to get sued civilly then, if they beat their case and aren't
That's
found.
how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, to me that's fucking dead wrong. How can you go to court, be found not guilty, and then go to a civil court and then possibly lose every dollar that you've earned your whole entire life because the threshold of your guilt is way fucking lower in a civil case, because it's not your life being on the line, it's only monetary, it's only money.
Only money in my ass.
And
Yeah.
that's not right. It shouldn't be like that.
No.
If you want to get them civilly, it should be the same thing that it is. It shouldn't, especially in criminal cases like that. I feel as though that's dead wrong. I don't agree with that shit.
It's kind of like double jeopardy in a way too. I know it's different, but like
Well,
if I believe OJ was guilty, but if he got found not guilty in his murder case, then you can't just fucking sue him and say he killed the person anyway, and then get money from him. That's fucked up.
yeah, and that's most likely, unfortunately, that might even happen in this case because the burden of proof is so much lower. It isn't
Yeah.
whether or not they even believe she did it. They just have to have a preponderance of evidence that she may have done it or may have been responsible. Maybe if she wasn't drinking and didn't leave that night, that this shit would happen or whatever the fuck it may be. And to me, that's just a recipe for disaster. I don't see this shit fucking ending well. And the other thing too is that the case got so much coverage. How are you going to get an impartial jury to go up there when they fucking heard everything that's happened in all these other cases, or people that believe that she's guilty on all these news channels and media outlets?
Yeah.
Think about this, how fucking crazy this is. During the voir dire process in OJ's civil trial, right? There was people that said on the questionnaire forms, that filled out the forms, that said that they believed that he was guilty and got away with it in the criminal trial. Then how the fuck are they able to find guilt or innocence when they're obviously biased in a fucking civil trial, when they say before the civil trial even starts that they believe the guy's fucking guilty? Make that make sense.
Well, we all know you're guilty until proven innocent.
That's and that's not how it's supposed to be. But it is.
That's what it's turned into.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it can happen to anybody. It can happen to any one of us. Anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the scariest part about it.
End up in fucking jail. They throw you in prison with animals, and they don't give a fuck.
No.
That's why I try to keep my ass out of trouble. You see, shit.
Yeah,
I don't like
move.
courts. I respect what goes on in court, but I don't. I don't like it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want to stay far away from it. I don't like court. I don't like court dates. I don't like lawyers. I appreciate lawyers, some of them. I appreciate the work they do. I respect the process. We're a nation of laws, but I don't know. I don't want nothing to do with that system. That system is it's crazy what they do to people, charging them crazy fines and a whole bunch of crazy shit, jail time for bullshit.
Well, yeah, and you know, a lot of these prosecutors, especially when it's a big case like this, they want to get the conviction and the guilty verdict to boost their resume so they can become a fucking judge or a fucking politician or write a book or do whatever. They don't really care whether or not the person actually did it. There's no way you're gonna convince me that the special prosecutor they used, who's a famous fucking defense attorney and a very good one at that, believed that this woman actually did that.
Well, gay uncle has a point here,
What is that?
and he says, "Smoke, you were ready to throw Karen Reed in jail just because she looked like a kooky bitch."
He was. He
He's
was.
right. I think just the night before, last night, I was saying it. Guilty as sin, but she was found not guilty, and there's some weird, evidence there that maybe it's look. There's reasonable doubt there, and that's all you need. So,
Which
same
is
thing with
important.
Casey Anthony.
It's not reasonable doubt. It's beyond any and all doubt. Meaning there can't even be a sliver of a fucking chance. A snowball's chance in hell. You have
I
to be
don't know.
dead set. No, that's the law.
Well, how did Casey Anthony get away with that shit then?
Because they overcharged her.
They
If
didn't
they
know how
didn't
the
if they
baby
didn't
died.
Yeah, they didn't know how the baby died exactly, and they overcharged her, and they wanted to either give her the death penalty or life in prison with no chance of parole, and a murder one basically. If they weren't so overzealous, the prosecutor and get her that conviction, they put something like a manslaughter on there. Let's say she probably would have got convicted of manslaughter.
They had some good evidence, except when that fucking Jose Baez came up with the theory that it could be the father. That was it. After that, they were blaming the dad for drowning the kid in the pool or whatever. Or he wasn't paying attention, and I don't know. But she got away with it. She did it, man. She wanted to live the fucking party lifestyle. She thought she would be young forever.
I
She,
believe I believe uh I believe I don't know if I can say she definitely like did it like she did it on purpose, but I can say obviously I believe that she was there and I believe she knows what happened.
she went out to party, probably gave the kid some fucking shit that she shouldn't be giving the kid to knock her out, and she gave the kid too much. And when she came home, the kid was gone. Passed
Well,
away.
that would have came up during the autopsy and toxicology report by the coroner.
I don't think they could have done. They don't know what happened to the kid because she was out in the woods for 6 months in the Florida heat. And by the time they found her, it was all bones, and maybe they could have. I don't know, but I
Oh,
don't think there was much left.
how long was it by the time that they found the girl?
6 months at least. I think the kid went missing in June. They found her in December, and 2 miles away or a few blocks away in the fucking woods, in a garbage bag with duct tape and all this other shit.
Yeah, which to me is crazy because it's like obviously that they got placed there after the fact. Where were they for the last 5-6 months previously until they got
No, I think
placed
it
there?
was there the whole day, the whole day, the whole time, the whole
Oh,
time.
you do?
Yeah, I
Oh, okay.
think because there was nothing really left. It was all bones and maybe some materials there, but
Well,
mostly
didn't
bone.
they find a piece of fucking duct tape on the kid's mouth?
Yeah, and they traced it back to the fucking garage where she lived with her parents.
Yeah,
And then the cadaver dog smelled the dead body in the
in
fucking
the
trunk.
trunk. Yeah.
She did it, man. And then she lied to the cops about where she worked. And then
Oh,
she
that
lied
was
about the
crazy.
nanny.
She said she worked at like Disney Studios or something, right?
I think it was Orlando. What do you call it? Universal.
Yeah, Universal. Sorry, yeah, Universal Studios. My apologies. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
she did
she takes them on a tour. And
on a
she's
tour, and yeah, she's sick. She took him on a fucking tour and acted like she fucking owned the joint.
until she had to fess up, like, okay, I really don't work here.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, Jose Baez is a fucking beast. The guy fucking
Yeah,
got her off in that case. He got Hernandez off on that double murder in fucking Boston. I mean, the guy's good at what you got to give the guy credit. He's good at what he does.
that's a magician. That's a real Bobby Brajol right there.
Yeah, that's an actual fucking Bobby Brajol.
Yeah,
That's a real one.
he'll make that case disappear. But yeah, I don't know. Karen Reed looked guilty to me, man. I'm not gonna lie, but she didn't have a perfect relationship with that guy, but I guess nobody has a perfect relationship, right?
No such
People
thing.
argue, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Just the
listen,
way she looked.
it's one thing to, look at the broad and think that she's a kook, or she got some crazy eyes, or she looks like a whatever the fuck, and maybe she's got a bad, personality, or she's, not the easiest to deal with relationship wise and shit. She might but that doesn't mean she's gonna fucking kill somebody either though.
Yeah.
You know? That's the catch 22 right there.
Or maybe she did it by accident, just drove off because she was mad and she didn't intend to do it, but she did it and said, fuck it. I don't know.
Well, the problem is that the evidence from the forensics and the autopsy in the coroner refute that.
Yeah, once they showed that fucking arm and all that, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's not no fucking car accident. That's not getting run over.
Yeah, what
Unless
about
she
the
kept
fact that he
backing
had
up
his
over.
fucking head,
Yeah.
that his head split open, the back of his fucking head split open? If you got hit by a fucking car in reverse, how'd your head get down by the taillight? Would you try to fucking ram it like a fucking sheep or something? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a fucking shit show. What's
And
up, David? How you doing, brother?
sad part is they'll probably never solve that case, you know? And the guy was a cop too, so.
Well, that's why I'm wondering to see what happens with the FBI.
Yeah.
Because there's too much attention on it. Too many
The Fed should
questions.
step in, yeah.
And also remember, at the end of the day, John O'Keefe's family, they didn't get justice. Even though Karen Reed got justice and was found not guilty because she didn't do it, John O'Keefe's family didn't get justice either because they still don't know what happened to the guy.
Well, they think she's guilty. They don't like her smirking in court and laughing and shit. They didn't like none of that.
Well,
And
it's not about that.
then she said she was the only one. Her and her lawyers were the only one looking for the real killers. You know, I don't know. I thought it was disgusting to say.
It's the same thing OJ said.
Yeah. But OJ was probably guilty in my eyes. But
Well,
the audacity.
That's like the same thing with this Karen Reed trial, though, is that if you just looked at her and you saw, little posts that were made on Instagram or TikTok or little shorts or Twitter or whatever the fuck, you'd probably think she was guilty too, unless you actually listen to the testimony and the evidence at hand, the forensics people that come in that obviously refuted that claim. And it'd be just like in the OJ case, because their fucking entire case got torn up piece by piece, from the gloves to the blood to the fucking timeline to it. The whole thing was fucking shit. I mean, they literally changed the timeline 3/4 of the way through the fucking OJ trial. They originally had to have the murders being committed at 10:15 until they realized that it was impossible, that they were still alive at 10:15, and it was more closer to 10:45. Well, OJ can't be in two places at the same time. He can't be killing somebody at Nicole's house and hitting his head on the fucking air conditioner in back of Cato's bungalow at 10:45 and be walking into his house. You can't be in two places at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. That OJ was a slippery motherfucker. They said hello to the limo driver. Limo driver said, I don't know. He looked calm and collected. Drove him to the airport.
Yeah, he said he didn't think anything. He said, look, it was the first time he met him. He was nice. He spoke to him. He was friendly. Didn't seem like anything was going on. Just a client bringing him to the airport. And even if you remember, during some of Alan Park's testimony, that was the name of the limo driver, he got asked about his demeanor and what happened, if OJ said anything during the ride and shit like that. And he says, yeah, as a matter of fact, he was about to jump on the whatever freeway it is. I forget the number, the main freeway that brings you to the airport in LA where he was at, right?
Yeah.
And OJ told him, like, hey man, don't go straight. Get off this exit here. It's going to be quicker to get to the airport. I don't want to be later than we already are. So obviously, if he's got in the back of his head that he just got done brutally murdering two people, he left his children. You have to remember this too. He left his children inside the house to what? Possibly fucking walk out and see their mother like that butchered in the front of their house. And he left the fucking door open, and two killers are there and could have went to the house and did something to the kids, or anything could have happened. That doesn't make sense either.
Yeah. I don't know, man. OJ fucking All the scenarios he was coming up with, like if I did it, sounded true, man.
What, the book you're talking about?
No, that and the interviews he did though. Like he did an interview if he
Well,
did it.
yeah, the interview that he did on Fox was part of the book. That was part of the agreement that they had when they wrote the book, that he had to do an interview on it. And he based that entire book off of what the prosecution's theory was. He didn't come up with different theories. The only thing he added is that he brought that Charlie character and said that somebody was with him.
Oh yeah, that Charlie character.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he said he got pissed off because Goldman started doing some kung fu shit, and he wasn't going for it, and then he just pulled out his knife.
Yeah, he said he didn't take the knife, but his buddy took it, and I left, and whatever.
Oh yeah, Charlie gave him the knife.
Yeah.
And then
after that, I blacked out, and I snapped out of it. I saw blood everywhere.
They all say that shit too. Even Jodi Arias said that shit. Oh, I don't remember. I blacked out. Nah, bitch, you remember every fucking stab wound, every fucking thing you did to the fucking poor guy. They all say that shit. I blacked out. I don't remember. Yeah.
Well, the reason why he brought up that he got into this karate stance or whatever is because Goldman was a fucking second-degree black belt.
Oh.
Yeah, Goldman was a second-degree black belt. He was half his age. I think he was like 26 years old at the time, in the prime of his life. He was 6'1" or 6'2", I believe, like 170 pounds. The guy was a fucking.
So maybe he did do it. Maybe he was telling the truth, OJ. Like, yeah, fucking.
No,
Goldman.
he was talking about Goldman getting in the kung fu stance because it came out during the trial that he was a fucking black belt. Because what happened is that during the autopsy, they saw that the bottom of Goldman's tennis shoes were sliced completely open, which means that he had to have been throwing kicks at his attackers because how they sliced through his fucking tennis shoes on the bottom of his tennis shoes.
Yeah.
So obviously he was throwing kicks at him. He also had pretty much fractured and bruised knuckles and hands from striking whoever killed them. OJ didn't have a fucking bruise on him.
Those goddamn Van Damme movies back then.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get into a fight with somebody in a 6x6 cage who's a trained fucking black belt, half your fucking age, and you don't even get a bruise on you?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
That's a good point. Because it would have been a big struggle. I think, unless he was real fucking quick and stealthy with it.
Well, the one of the coroners and forensics people, I think, said that they believed that it took around 5 minutes to get everything done, and that was I don't know what they based that on. I guess I don't know how they figured that out, but that's what they claim occurred. But the problem is that even if it took 5 minutes or 7 minutes to do, he can't be walking into his house at 10:45 if they got murdered at 10:40.
Yeah.
And there was a witness, this guy named Hydra. He was a witness who was a car salesman and a auto mechanic, I believe, who was walking his dog at 10:40 outside of the house, and he heard two people arguing. One of them, he said, sounded like a younger male, and one of them had a deeper voice that sounded possibly like a black person, which they raised an objection to during the trial, because how the fuck can you say you heard a voice and you could tell what nationality the guy or color the guy's skin is, But the issue here is that it's the time that he saw and he heard this shit. So if he was a witness that these people were still alive at 10:40, then you got an even bigger fucking problem now, because now you have no time for him to fucking commit the crimes.
Yeah, well, he paid for it in the end. They made him pay for it. He did what, like 10 years in prison?
Oh, Nevada?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to hear how fucked up that shit is? The day of his sentencing in the Nevada case, you know what day that was?
What?
That was the anniversary of the murders.
Oh wow, yeah.
And you know how much time the judge gave him in that case?
1,994 days. I don't know.
No, she gave him 33 years for that case, the one in Nevada.
Oh yeah, basically a life sentence.
Well, you know why? She gave him 33 years.
Why?
Because the Goldman family got $33 million in the civil case when OJ lost. That was the ruling, $33 million.
Yeah.
So she gave him 33 years for that case on the day and anniversary of their deaths.
Wow.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
that's
it was
pretty
like a
crazy.
symbolic thing. Like, yeah, that's why they, it was a petty thing that he was involved in. Maybe give him 2 years, maybe 5, but 30 something years for that. It was definitely friggin' symbolic because of the murders that he got away with, supposedly, at least in their eyes.
Yeah, because they thought he was guilty. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's getting late. It's been a 3-hour show. I think I should shut it down.
All right, man.
But I
Sounds good.
appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt, man. Yeah, we'll chop it up soon.
Thank you, Common.
All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, later, brother.
Later, man. Ciao.
I want to thank Frank, Common, Stepchild for coming on the show. I want to thank DL, Templar, J Dams, Nightmare for supporting the show. Good talk tonight. Good talk. As usual. Shouts to Stepchild. All right, we'll be live tomorrow night. So y'all stay tuned, all right? Thank you, Templar. Becky. What the hell's this guy saying? He was in the can. Everyone cheered. Even most of the white guys. Damn, he was locked up in 95? Damn. Yeah, David, I seen him. What you know about those meat curtains, boy? Don't be afraid of the meat curtains now. Later, Nightmare. No Tony Buick tonight, huh? Yeah, you gonna take us to the Compton swap meet? You swap meet, boy. Yeah, take us to the swap meet. All the hood motherfuckers get their mixtapes and clothing. Set tripping on Venice Beach. All right, yeah. I might take you to the beach next week on this show. It's gonna be a hot one. We'll see. They're saying the water still might be too cold, so might not be the right time yet. The ocean needs time to cook up. Slauson swap meet, boy. Tony Buick's luck ran out. Cops nabbed his ass. He's giving a statement. It's going to take 3 days. He's giving it as we speak. Damn. Shouts to Tony Buick. I hope he's all right. Hope Interpol didn't catch him or something, hiding out in Thailand or Philippines. Later, Common. Thank you, brother. Common was right about the Karen Reed, man. He called it the whole time. Shit. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace. The T-shirt factory. Yeah. Set tripping. All right. Later, guys.